unmerited praise and to hand over to thee all that we can ever become, because Biafra is yours. This very family of IPOB, you molded yourself, you decreed that IPOB must come, and now that we have come, that we may worship thee, O Elohim, please accept our offering of praise and sacrifice unto your holy name, because there is no other like thee. We will continue to adore thee. We will continue to worship thee. And as I said before, and I will reiterate, as we pray unto thee, that Biafra is your possession, we will sacrifice Biafra unto thee, that you may guide us in all that we do. It's only you that sees the hearts of men. If there is anything that we are hiding, if there is anything that we have concealed from our people, oh Elohim, you will judge us very harshly. But if our hands are clean, our hearts very pure, you will bless IPOB, and you will bless me, and you will bless my family, because it's a promise from you. All our hope and our trust is upon thee. May your name be glorified. May you be exalted. May you, O Elohim, be praised. Now and forevermore we pray. Ise, Ise, Ise.
God that answers. You are who you are, yes you are. When I seek you, me I know where I will find you. You have never left me alone. When I ask, me I know that you will do what no man can never do for me. When I know you open your heart, you open your doors to let me in. The overdirect love and polish. The open love and killing. I couldn't change your love, bully one. Oh, yeah, Keruba, your love, to wanna be she. When I pray, I have a thought of them. You are who you are, yes you are. When I seek you, you know where I can find. You will never let me alone. When I ask, I know that you will do what no man can never do for me. Yeah. When I know you open your heart, open your doors to let me. Hey. The overdirect love and call me she. The overdirect love and didn't let me see. When I cry, you wipe away my tears. You have filled my mouth with laughter. When I'm weak.
Radio station with more. You're listening to the radio station. You're listening to this is Radio Biafra.
We are not like other people, because as I once reminded you before we came, there was nobody like us. Now that we are here, they pretend, they copy, they emulate, they fabricate falsehood, but they can never be like us. Long after we are gone, they will wish we lived forever. IPOB is very special, exceptionally special, the largest mass movement in the whole world bar none. And we did it because Chukwokika Biama is with us. We did it because Chukwokika Biama created IPOB himself. And we are here to pilot its affairs. We will not prevaricate. We will not stop. We will not slumber until Biafra is fully restored to its former glory. Anybody in doubt as to our resilience and our determination to restore Biafra is not only mistaken, not only misguided, but needs to see a psychiatrist, because we are not stopping. I am Nnamdi Kanu, and I don't stop until I get what I want.
All right, this is very true. We are very, very resolute. There's nothing anybody can do to stop us. They can try, they can try, they can try, but you know something, they will always fail as many times as they try. Yesterday, I was listening to somebody who was being interviewed on radio, and I think it was on TV. I don't know what TV that is, but the man made some remarks that I think we need to share. Today, we know very well what the court have said about our leader, discharged and acquitted, but let us assume the court has already made it very clear to them that you cannot benefit from a crime. There's something the lawyers call a fruit from the poisonous tree. Fruits from the poisonous tree, that is when you plant a poison and it grows and all the fruits there are going to be poison. So you can never benefit from your criminality. That's exactly what the government is trying to do. But you know something? We love it. I personally love everything that is happening. I keep telling people, don't complain. It is a process. A process. In the end, they said, we already seen the light at the end of the tunnel. They will keep failing. Let them go to whatever court they want to go. Let them keep manipulating, but the world is watching them. The world is looking at them. They can say acquitted and not acquitted and discharged and not discharged. That doesn't mean nothing to us. We know what the truth is. The only reason why this is happening is that most people, the so-called lawyers, they go to school. They are in the classroom. They're studying something, but the thing didn't go through them. They are just doing it to get away. You know, take an exam and go and become your, charge and bail. Go out there. When they say, the lawyer says, oh, he won the case. You can't win a case. You perpetrated the truth. That's why it looked like you won. If you know the truth and you're doing it, even the man sitting down there, the judge, the prosecutor, everybody in that court, they are supposed to, what they are in there to do is not just to jail or release somebody. They're trying to perpetrate the truth, give you your rights. If you violate somebody's right, even though this lawyer might keep quiet, but don't try to argue. Because this man that explained it very well, he's a lecturer at the university, he's a lawyer. And he said, rights and power, they are two different. Let's hear from him. Honestly, it's very interesting to listen to.
Just to the law. Many of our attorneys general at the state level, at the federal level, are lawless. And the thing is a pride. They carry.
Okay, so let's take it from the angle of Malami now.
Yes.
The things he has actually said and stated legally, do you think it still stands? And do you think that the court has actually, they said, has the court really released Nnamdi Kanu?
Well, the court will always only make an order.
Okay.
It always depends on the executive to obey the order. A law-abiding executive will immediately obey the order. Even if you want to appeal against it, you will immediately obey the order of the courts. So if we still give them the presumption, because one of the things I think the legal practitioners, disciplinary committee ought to do in this country is to learn to hold attorneys general to the law. They unfortunately, many of them constitute one of the biggest lawless set of lawyers in this country. They think that being attorney general makes you to be above the law. I thought that would have made you to be an example, a paragon of obedience to the law. Many of our attorneys general at the state level, at the federal level, are lawless. And the thing is a pride. They carry with some chink on their shoulders, and moving to court, some of them treat judges with disdain and all that. So it's unfortunate. So, but I believe let Malami understand this time. He's getting to the twilight of his position as Attorney General. Let him use the opportunity to try to put a shine to his otherwise very poor image as Attorney General by obeying, asking them advising them to immediately release him and all that. And again, of course, Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer will know that he has given hints. They may be at the gate of the prison to wait and arrest him again. That's unfortunately what our attorney generals advise their governments to do.
So you foresee this happening?
Yeah, I foresee it happening. He has already given hint. The other cases are there, pre-rendition matters. So I foresee that they're just bringing out of maybe Kuje prison, if it's that's where he is. As he's getting to the gate, they say, well, obey the order of court. Then the pressman get away. Then the next time they arrest him, now they'll be arrested. They ask him what he said for the pre-rendition issue, the water for which he fled outside the country. Though, of course, Nnamdi Kanu still had a charge before Justice Nyako, which he must face and defend to the end. Maybe that, but I think that should go under the Justice Nyako had granted bail. That issue of bail where Senator Abaribe and the rest stood in for him, that has been sorted out. So if the court did not revoke the bail, then he should go up. If the court revoked the bail, then the Kanu should get this and then be told that he's going to serve the order of detention by the court for jumping bail or being forced to jump bail. That's a matter that we tried again and find whether he was forced, as we all know. Army came and raided his house and he managed to escape. If that be the case, then God court should reinstate his bail and all that. But whatever happens, my fear is that, as usual, as he's coming out of this one, they wait at the gate and arrest him again.
Okay, what would this really tell of our system, our judicial system, if that really happens?
No, in terms of a system where the respect for rule of law is based on discretion of the executive. It is a system where lawlessness is still a very strong factor. In terms of a system where the court is ridiculed on the daily basis by those who should honor its decisions. And that's been happening very, very often. Sometimes even private lawyers, senior lawyers at that, we treat the court with disdain. And that's not good for the image of the country. And that's what those who are saying, we want international investors, we want international respect. The people are not going to look at you by what the executive say. They look at you by what the courts say, what the courts decide, and your reaction to court decision. That's how the world knows whether you're a serious country or not. If you're a country where the court, no matter how lonely the court is, takes the decision and you obey it implicitly and explicitly, they know it's a serious country they can rely upon. So we know, because everybody knows that offenses and disputes will arise in any country. And then people expect that when they arise, you take them to courts, duly constituted courts. And when people, you go through the due process of trial, and when decision is taken, you obey it. Once anybody knows that's the quality of a nation, they take that nation serious. If you don't, you destroy your nation while claiming to want to bring respect for it.
All right. See, I purposely came up with this because they have a rotten system and then people are taking advantage of it. That's exactly what man is trying to explain. That there are people out there who think they are above the law. The Malamis. But what do you expect when a cattle rearer is the attorney general? I mean, it's something you expect. It's expected to happen. It will happen. It will never stop happening. That is the truth. They're talking about oil thefts. Yes, now we have a list of those. You know, our leader, Mazi Iyke, has spoken about this oil theft a long time ago. Today, you know, P2P said it and everybody's jumping. Oh, I said something. No. Listen to Radio Biafra and be wise. Most of the things that people keep sending me, there are people who think they are giving me information. I don't want to stop them or embarrass them or try to insult them or whatever, but secondhand news. The news that they give me are things that I've heard. In fact, one of them even asked me because there was something he gave me. He sent it, and then he just sent it. As soon as he sent it, he called me. He said, "Have you watched what I sent to you?" And I said, "I have not. I'm busy at this time." So he wanted to tell me what it is. Then I told him the story. He said, "So you've heard it before?" I said, "My friend, wake up to the real world. Come to Radio Biafra and be wise. Get Radio Biafra and put it in your app and you will listen. All these things you are sending, I don't want to stop you. You're my friend. I want you to feel insulted. But all these things you're sending, they are all old news that they are not news anymore anyway. But that whenever you hear it, it's your news. When you hear about NNPC and crude oil stealing, let me give you the rundown of the people working there. Akwasina, Igbo man too like money. Listen to this. Mele Kairi is the general manager. Omar Aliya is a chief finance officer, finance and accounting. Yusuf Usman, chief operating officer. Farouk Gaba Said, chief operating officer, corporate services. Mustafa Yakubu, chief operating officer, refining and petrochemicals. Hadiza Komasia, corporate secretary, legal advisor to the corporation. Omar Ibrahim, group general manager, international energy relations. Kalamu Abdullahi, GGM, rewardable energy. Ibrahim Brima, GGM, governor and governance, risk and compliance. Bala Wunti, Inuwa Waya, Musa Lawan, MD, Petroleum and Product Marketing. Mansour Sambo, Lawal Sade, Malami Shehu, Mohammed Abba, Abdul Kadir Ahmed, Saihu Shamari, Mohammed Zanko, Saki Awura. Now, when you listen to all these names, does this represent one country, Nigeria? Listen to this news. These are people, these are Ndoshi, these are thieves. The people that are wrecking the country and messing them up. Then when we open our mouth and tell you that we want our own nation, separate nation, you think you can stop us. No, we have had enough of this. Our fathers had them. And he says, when you look at the 20 positions in NNPC management, you will know who is responsible for crude oil theft. The thieves are not in the creeks and swamps. They are in air-conditioned offices, speaking same language and praying together. I will be foolish man with they here. They take all this stuff, they call us names. The people in the creek, they are still living. Untouched houses in zinc corrugated house in the creeks. Their fishes have been polluted, their rivers have been polluted, so they can't even fish anymore. There are fishermen. These are people that live out of whatever they get from the water. This time they won't. All the Karima and the Abdullahi, and they're all in air-conditioned rooms in Abuja, in Lagos, somewhere. And the people that they're getting the materials from their homes cannot even feed themselves. So we talk of Biafra, they think we are stupid. We are going to have Biafra whether they like it or they don't like it. Because our leader have said it. It was a clip that I heard this morning before I came on air. Our leader have told you that it is Biafra or Biafra. There's nothing, no alternative. The court has said what they have said. We are waiting. We are patient dogs, chinch, bedbug. Tell his children, when they're trying to burn the mattresses where the bedbug is, and he told his children, be calm. All the fire will go away, and then we'll come back again in a new mattress that they're going to buy. We're going to go in there and start eating them up. That's exactly what we are. IPOB, the indigenous people of Biafra. I listened to these people yesterday, one of the television stations, they were interviewing Asari Dokubo. Asari was like, I'm like, this man is a confused man. He is saying so many things. He's running up, and even the people interviewing him are beginning to realize that what is wrong with you? You are not making any sense. Okay, Ijo is Biafra. So it's only Ijo that is Biafra. But then he contradicts himself by saying that when the Biafra was declared, it was Eastern region. I was listening. I paid attention to it. You see, jealousy and hatred and envy cannot take you anywhere. We all have mission in this life. Whatever you are stationed to do, whatever you are stationed to do it to the best of your ability. If I do mine to my best and you do yours to your best, there'll be no problem. We will eventually arrive at a very, very good something or good whatever we are trying to do.
Nnamdi Kanu's position is not your position. You definitely cannot be my position anyway. He was made to do that job and he's doing it to the best of his ability. You sit down there and be envious. I don't keep records, but I know, I remember you talking to Maigu Diary, Maigu, the Yoruba guy. I remember you as Sari Dokubo telling Maigu Diary that all of you started it, but Nnamdi Kanu has done better than all of you. I don't have that clip, but I know somebody out there has it. So when you're talking, you know one thing about internet that is so interesting. Internet does not hide anything. When you record something, it is there to follow you. There are people who are talk, they think it's over. No. Someday somebody will bring the tape and slot it in, and then you listen to yourself. Because we are what they call legion. When we are making an assessment, when you're saying something, after many years, you forget what you've said. Then you say something contradicting what you said. But when the video comes out, you say, oh shit, did I say this? You did. You did. So sit in the creek and make all the noise you want. Stop all this nonsense, because there is no such thing as Niger Delta. This was created by Yakubu Gowon. Ojukwu, when he went to Aburi, Ghana, he never went there to declare Biafra. No, there was nothing called Biafra before then. Let us do things this way. That is the document that we are presenting. Let us restructure this nation and we'll be able to live together. They agreed. They came back. The British people, the same Britain that Peter Obi is following, he's following the British. He thinks they're going to do him any good. We are there watching. I'm not saying he's following him because I want to say it. No, he declared his candidacy from there. And then he showed us pictures of him and them in his office. That short woman is probably the campaign manager now. Who knows? We are not going to relent. They can do whatever. This is like a drowning. You know, when somebody is drowning, he could clutch a snake. The court has spoken. We have heard what the court said. Our leader has been discharged and acquitted. Whatever they want to go to Supreme Court. They want to go to heaven to get their own judgment. We are here watching.
Release of Mazi Iyke. Of course, you are aware that this judgment was delivered on 13th of October. That was last week Thursday. So, and we were the first to access this judgment today. See this of the judgment. We were the first to have access to it today. And same has been served on the Attorney General of the Federation and also the Director General of the SSS. I just left here not quite long ago. And today was the first time we are formally bringing this development, good news to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and he was so happy to hear about the development. So, and I had an extensive discussion with him, and also we explained to him quite exhaustively, comprehensively about the implication of the judgment. So, and today I even have opportunity of looking at judgment once again. So, for those who may not understand or who are still talking about Akuta and discharge, what was granted in that judgment is more fortifying than Akuta in the real sense of it, because the court directed that apart from discharging Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and consequently striking out the remaining 7-count charge, which automatically brought to an end the charge under reference, the court made a specific pronouncement and direction order that neither the lower court, that is the Federal High Court, nor any other court in Nigeria will have the jurisdiction to entertain any further charge against Nnamdi Kanu, any further charge or indictment against him. So it has taken care of the entire thing. So if they proceeded to go and find another charge tomorrow under any form of any guise, Nnamdi Kanu will not stand the trial again. In fact, the effect of the judgment is that he cannot stand trial again in Nigerian court again. So, and the federal government have no option to release him. However, we are not talking about Nnamdi Kanu's freedom because I've been granted freedom. What we are talking about is time and days it will take us to get him out, which is almost at hand. And we will continue to tell
word, keep Umuchineke abreast of our undertakings and our strategies and our steps we are taking towards bringing out. But the critical part of the strategy may not be disclosed to enable us achieve what we are planning to achieve. But be assured that Onion will be out any moment from this time. I'm speaking to you, will be out. But when he will be out, I will not disclose to the public, but you will hear from him in no distant time, because the federal government of Nigeria, on the authority of the judgment of the Court of Appeal, has no other further option to explore in this case. Their options have been closed. The only option available to them now is to do the honorable thing by allowing Nnamdi Kanu to live where he is now. And as it stands today, there is no order of court justifying the further detention of Nnamdi Kanu from that Thursday, 13th of October to date. So it's not being held illegally, it's not being held unconstitutionally in the custody of the DSS. So that, and no court, whether magistrate or high court or federal high court in Nigeria, we should order again to justify his detention. That's the worst part of it. Because by virtue of this judgment of the Court of Appeal, all courts in Nigeria have been divested, whether the high court or the magistrate court, of jurisdiction to entertain charge, receive complaint, or any indictment whatsoever against Onyendum Nnamdi Kanu. That's the worst part of it. So the option available to the federal government of Nigeria now is to release him. And today we have served in the court. We have served in the court order, also served in the court judgment. By tomorrow, we are taking a very serious legal process against them. By 11, 12 o'clock, we're going to call a press conference to bring the press, and also Agbocha will also be here, hopefully. So, but I may not say it here, because that measure we're going to take to explore tomorrow or thereabout will be very, 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 very aggressive within the legal precinct you operate. So, and at this point in time, I want to assure you that Onyendu is happy. I want to assure you that Onyendu's exit from the custody of the SSS is imminent. By time and hour is what I cannot be able to state here. Even if it's available to me, I will not say, I will make it public for reasons best known to me and also to Muchineke. Because I've said this thing before now. Not if I go off a balance statement. Kevin say by Baloko. And then I go Muchineke Bona. I am going to marry Abu Gunkai. But I'm not well. So I am actually how okay, so the victory is ours. I am proud to tell Muchineke now. The victory is what? Ours. And there's some two words about it. Because now can't doesn't care. Ima, only here and then now your man said because similar with fine. And I better go and ask because similar with fine. Upon them, I will not beg anybody to do anything. It is the order of court, and that order must be obeyed. I have no option. So, thankfully, I've said it before now. President of the country, Buhari, has said sometime in the past, several declared that he doesn't want to interfere in the judicial process.
Yes, I was coming to that. I was waiting for you to land. I wanted to ask you. A few months ago, some traditional leaders, Igbo elders, and some religious leaders and opinion holders and some politicians in the entire Igbo land came and went to the president of Nigeria, Major General Muhammadu Buhari, and they pleaded for him to release their son, Mazi Iyke, to him. And even when he visited Imo State, he insisted, even the same thing, he said the same thing when he visited Ebonyi State. He insisted that he was not going to interfere in the process of court, that he was going to leave it to the court to decide the fate of Nnamdi Kanu. Now that the court has decided the fate of Nnamdi Kanu by discharging him of all the charges and then telling the federal government and the executive not to take him to any other court, or not that no other court can entertain any charges against him in Nigeria. Why are they not releasing him, or why are they not taking it in good faith when this is all they've been waiting? Or is there any other court that they are waiting except this very one that has given us this very judgment?
The law is settled. Let me say this to you. Thankfully, kudos to the president of the country, President Muhammad Buhari, for his declarations and for believing in rule of law, because we are made to understand that he believes in rule of law. So then that we come to right now. Let him act on the basis of the order of the Court of Appeal. You see, one thing about what you should know about this, the recent judgment of the Court of Appeal, is that this is not an order or judgment of High Court or Federal High Court. It's a judgment of Court of Appeal. And I don't think, and I want to believe that now they've been formally served. Because from that Thursday till date, they don't know how we are the people to first obtain the status of the judgment of the Court of Appeal. Now they've been formally charged, and the DAGSS was formally charged. I wanted to make some noise here today. And I told you I would dance naked today.
Yes.
But maybe by tomorrow I'll show them my style. So we have to like them. We'll go to the public and go to the office to make sure that grateful is done within the legal process. But now they've been charged, served with the process filing with the order of court, order led by court of appeal. They have no option. Even by tomorrow now, if you are taking any further step, either by initiating committal proceedings against the GSSS and the president of the country, or by filing further legal processes, they will not have any. They will not say they are not aware of the order of the court. Also, I want you to also appreciate the fact that the Chief State Council was in the court on Thursday when judgment was delivered. They didn't also assume that they don't have access to the judgment of the court, but today they have access to the judgment. They have served them. Now, what's the only option available to them? Because even if they are going to challenge the judgment of the court of appeal, which we have no problem with, do not advise, they consider right, they can exercise it. But the law says that those orders, there's a declaration by the court that must obey. There are plenty of authorities in that regard that said you cannot be in contempt of court order and be seeking equitable remedy from the Superior Court. They cannot indulge you. The Supreme Court will ordinarily ask you to go and obey that order of court. It's the authority for that. Chukwu against the Lagos State government. We also have recent case of against FRN. You can't be in court in the content of court order and be asking Supreme Court to assist to accept the appeal. No, you must go and obey that order. So we are certain that they must obey that order. There's no two ways about they must obey that order. And that's the only option available to them. Obey the order, let's go back to the Supreme Court. We use our client, we can go back and sort ourselves out, right? Legally. So, but the order of court must be obeyed. Order of court must be obeyed. There's no two ways about it. I'm not begging them to obey it, they must obey it. It's the order of court. When they kidnap him in Kenya on 19th of June 2021 and 2021, detained him for 8 years, subjected him to all forms of torture and inhuman treatment before he was criminally smuggled into Nigeria and consequently taken to court on 29th of June 2022-2021. He was eventually sent to DSS court facilities for detention on the order of court and obey that order. We challenge that order before the court. The court says it's order. I didn't make this order. Another must be obeyed. Now the Superior Court has countered, set aside the order, set aside the entire judgment, set aside the charge, sort out the charge. So as it stands today, being 17th of October 2022, only Nnamdi Kanu is being illegally and non-constitutional held in the facility of DSS. Because order detaining him there has been struck out. It was struck out, the order detaining him and this other charge, giving rise to that order, has gone. That charge died on the 13th of October 2022. That was last week. And it was buried around 8:30 in the evening. And the funeral ceremony continues. And so it will not end until further notice. It cannot be called up again, cannot be resuscitated, cannot be revived. The child cannot be revived under any form. Can't even revive. It can't even revive another charge against him. Court said no, you won't do it. So they must obey that order. Thankfully, let's say they will obey. They won't make interfere with judicial process. We believe him, and also believe the AG Federation, who have formally communicated today. An order was formally given to him. The judgment was also formally served on him. Same is applicable to DGSSS. They will all receive award. If you will last, when I was through, they receive award. So they will do the honorable thing by complying with court order, because this is a country that operates constitutional democracy, that where rule of law is supreme. So they must obey the order of the court. Certainly know that we're not begging them to obey it. They must obey it. It's a must. I didn't make that order, but the State didn't make that order. It's an order made by their own court. So now the Kanu came to their own court and defeated them. It's not true. Yes. So that order they made by their own court must obey by them. So you know, we don't have any clarification or wait till tomorrow. So because tomorrow we are going back to where we come from.
Yeah, thank you very much, Barisa. And people back home and worldwide IPOB want to know, did you see Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu today, and how was the feeling?
Onyendu was exceedingly happy, delighted. In fact, I don't know the adjective I used to describe the man his happiness today. In fact, as a matter of fact, I sang with him today. We were singing. I told him that I'm the boss today. I'll conduct service today. We were singing. He was so happy. So the soldier from now said, I don't go to the, but he was happy. He just said he was happy. So, and I won't say other things, but he's very happy and expectant of leaving that place anywhere from now. I will stop at this. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for your effort.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for your effort.
All right, that is very, very clear. It's good for our people to listen. They are not being forced to obey the law. They have no choice right now. The choice they have is that they've been given instruction on what to do, and they're going to abide by it. It's as simple as that. There are no two ways about it. I'm telling the truth. African and the die is cast. They have to obey their own law. Our leader told us before, and he said it, he didn't add the hard words. I'm going to defeat them in their own court. And of course he did. Because he's on the right side of justice. He's on the right side. When somebody is right, he does not fear to go to the court, honestly. This is Radio Biafra USA 2. Stay tuned. I'll be back with you in a few minutes.
Only say does it go
But even in our democracy, we didn't have this. We didn't expect this. To think that enforced disappearances, as we have it in Nigeria, always having it, law enforcement in Nigeria has always practiced enforced disappearance of
Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya. The court consequently quashed all the charges filed against him by the federal government. The court also ruled that the Federal High Court did not have the jurisdiction to try Kanu. In a unanimous judgment, a three-man panel of the appellate court held that the federal government breached all local and international laws in the forceful rendition of Kanu to Nigeria. Kanu leads the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra group, which is campaigning for the creation of an independent state in southeastern Nigeria.
Well, joining us now are Arise News analyst Frank Tiete and our judiciary editor and deputy director of news, Tobi Shoni. Thank you both for joining us on the news tonight. This is definitely a developing story, happened a couple of hours ago. But let me begin with you, Frank Tiete. You're also a lawyer. What's your assessment of this judgment? I've been reading different interpretations to it. Is the dismissal an acquitter? Is Kanu a free man?
Well, yes, indeed. And the first reaction is that this is highly unprecedented. Nobody saw it coming, even though many lawyers agreed with the lead counsel to Nnamdi Kanu, Michael Sekoma SAN, that his arguments are quite valid. You can't build something on nothing. You can't be a beneficiary from the your own criminality, your own attempt to disrupt the international legal order. So these are very valid arguments, but considering the history of recent decisions from Nigerian courts, both at appellate and courts of first instance, nobody saw this kind of judgment coming. So today it's a very happy day for anybody who is law-abiding, realizing that again the judiciary has come to the rescue of those who actually thought that there was no hope. And this is a very good development, considering that issues that would have brought a lot of conflict, that would have led to loss of life and flexing of muscles and extreme violence, can easily be resolved on the platter of justice, just as the Court of Appeal has done, but may not yet be uhuru for Nnamdi Kanu. Yes, indeed, he has been discharged and acquitted by the Court of Appeal, because the position of the Court of Appeal heard is that the Nnamdi Kanu is the federal government cannot even attempt to try Nnamdi Kanu when it has proceeded on a very grievous wrong in the first place, and that the Federal High Court ran away, shied away, and did everything possible to avoid the very strong question as to where was Nnamdi Kanu arrested, at what time and at what place, and under what process. And the federal government kept on avoiding that question. And to see that a panel of Court of Appeal justices could be this courageous, a reminiscence of the dark days of the military, even where you had courageous judges as Court of Appeal and Supreme Court. But even in our democracy, we didn't have this. We didn't expect this. To think that enforced disappearances, as we have it in Nigeria, always having it, law enforcement in Nigeria has always practiced enforced disappearance of citizens, and it has become a norm. And they thought they could also extend it to the international community by going to another African country to show the might of Nigeria by abducting, seizing a citizen, not necessarily a citizen of Nigeria alone, but a dual citizen, bringing him to Nigeria. You expect the Nigerian courts to adopt that. So what the court has done today is impressive. A reminiscence again further of what happened to Umaru Diko. And to think that it was the same now President Muhammad Buhari that was military head of state at that time, shows that there's something really wrong with our psyche in the way we operate the law.
Well, let's bring in Tobi Shoni. Now, among some of the other things the appeal court said, with appalling disregard to local and international laws, the federal government has lost the right to put the appellant trial for any offense. Now, with this ruling by the appeal court, Tobi, do you think it creates a path to a political solution?
Yeah, obviously, it's an opportunity for both the government and the separatist group to reach a compromise. For me, the judiciary is providing the government with a face-saving opportunity to resolve this crisis.
That's right.
If they are interested, because what the Court of Appeal has done is to explain the law, put everything there. And for me, everybody in government should read that judgment. The Attorney General of Federation should read that judgment and should advise government not to bother to appeal against it, but to see how they can use the opportunity to talk to the group, to talk to other relevant body like the Ohades Indigo and other groups, so that Nigerians can at least, experience peace, both in the Southeast and elsewhere. So let us remember that the Nnamdi Kanu case is to a larger extent a political issue. For me, it's not a legal issue. I also admit that people have died, people have lost their life, police, security agents as a result of this. But if we go back to the basic, this issue is political. And I'm not sure, I've even asked people, if Nnamdi Kanu is convicted, it's not likely to resolve the crisis. All this while the impression we are given is that if he's arrested, the killing in the southeast will stop. Since Kanu had been in the detention, has the killing stopped? The answer is no. So it does show that it's a political issue, and government should be able to seize the momentum and engage with the people that matter and see how we can make progress and resolve peace, especially now that we are planning to hold election.
Indeed. Frank Teji, I saw you nodding while Mr. Toby was speaking there. This was a unanimous judgment, a unanimous decision rather, and you praised the Court of Appeal as being courageous. Toby there said it creates a pathway for a political dialogue. But what do you think? Do you think that the federal government may be pursuing this further to the Supreme Court?
Well, the Supreme Court may not give a different decision from what the Court of Appeal has done. Let us understand something. It is not a criminal matter. It's not criminal for anybody to campaign for secession or for self-determination. But the processes adopted in such a campaign may be criminal, and such forms of crime could actually be tried in court. But you see, what this Court of Appeal has done today was to send a very strong signal to the Nigerian government that you cannot continue to operate with illegalities against your citizens, as it happens oftentimes in this country. The courts have not been forthcoming enough in condemning or deprecating the attitude of law enforcement agents, particularly the Department of State Services or the police in general. But to now think that they've moved on to a point where they've gone to another country to now adopt a citizen, and then bring the citizen back, and then to now use the court as a cover to now put that person in a gulag, is something the courts, would have, really did not agree to. So for me, it's not about a political decision. I don't even see it as a political problem. The charges against Kanu are very grave. However, you cannot, as a country, proceed on such level of, illegality. Now, what I now expect is that the president should read very clearly that what he has not only been misadvised, but the law enforcement agents and particularly the Attorney General of the Federation did not do well in approving such an action. And when it was taken, some form of correction should have been applied. So that political solution you're talking about should have been the first course of action, not necessarily taking Kanu to court. Right. Now, this is important because we're talking about terrorism. However, Nigerians are some of the most terrorized people on earth, and they are not only being terrorized by Nnamdi Kanu and his group, but we know the other groups who have considered themselves as huge terrorists to the Nigerian populace. Have they been given have they had this kind of concerted effort on the part of government to ensure that they chase them out of town, chase them into whatever country, whether it's in Sudan or in Liberia or anywhere, and then bring them for trial? Why is it Nnamdi Kanu? So I think the Court of Appeal in itself is giving the political solution by speaking the truth and justice to the matter.
All right, Toby, show me where Justice Debola held, among other things, that failure of Nigeria to follow due process by way of extradition process as prescribed by law was fatal to the charges against Nnamdi Kanu. Help us understand what the process really should have been. What really is this process in trying to extradite an alleged criminal or someone who's taken up arms against the state?
Yeah, thank you, Ngozi. There are procedures. First, let me start by saying that countries enter into agreement between themselves and among themselves that we have such agreement with the Great Britain, where Kanu was living. So they don't need to lure him to Kenya. They need to formally write to the British government through what we call mutual legal assistance. It exists between the two countries. Whether the UK will grant it or not is another thing. But at least what the treaty says is that the federal government should apply to the British authority that this person is a fugitive, he was undergoing trial and ran away, and therefore we demand that you send him back. And then the British authority will review the applications and decide whether to consent or not. But we cannot, as the Court of Appeal said, take the law into our hand. Nigerian government became lawless, took the law into his hand by going to Kenya. They lured him to Kenya and then just took him. And the Kenya authority disgracefully were denying not to know anything about it. And I think after this case, Nnamdi Kanu lawyer will probably still have to go in civil cases to ask for damages because his right has been unduly violated.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Toby. We need to quickly move on from that. It's a developing story. Keep an eye on it. President Muhammad Buhari had said, when asked about this issue, he wants the judiciary to take its course, let the case take its course.
When what the treaty say is that the
all right, that is like I said before, we're watching. We are watching. I hope Biafrans. We are like bedbug. We are waiting patiently, because we know that very soon, as soon as like our lawyer said, we'll get the news of what the good news. The news is good already anyway. So I don't really know. Probably the day only see another, some of us will dance and dance and dance. So that being said, all these people, first of all, the so-called Malami or Malabi or whatever they call him is his name. If he's an honorable person, he should resign. He shouldn't be in that seat anymore. If he has a shame, because there's an embarrassment, it's a disgrace. And the lawyer is saying that Nnamdi Kanu was resident in London. You know, these white people, these British people, they have too much sense. They know we can't arrest him in our own country. We can't even extradite him. So the best thing we can do is let's push him to one stupid African country and let him go there. Kenya, always the victim. They push him to Kenya and then go there and take him. Then Kenya, just let him go. You know, be careless and let him go. Pretend as if you don't know. You will know. The whole story is coming, putting, you know, making sense, roving around the same thing that you think that nobody will say anything. Today we are saying something. This is Radio Biafra. The lines are open for you. You can make your calls at 646-920-4541, 845-344-7984, 929-406-9953. That is not going to stop us from doing the normal talking. So while we are talking, if your call comes in, we will take your call. This is Radio Biafra USA 2. Stay tuned. Malabi or whatever they call him is his name. If he's an honorable person, he should resign. What's going on with my... He has a shame. Because there's an embarrassment, it's a disgrace. And the lawyer is saying that Nnamdi Kanu was resident in London. You know, these white people, these British people, they have too much sense. They know we can't arrest him. All right, I'm repeating myself. I don't know why that is happening. Let's see. Stay tuned. Well, you know.
Radio station with more. You're listening to the radio station. You're listening to this is Radio Biafra.
All right, we're still on. We're still on, very, very on. Let's see, I have a call coming in. Let me take this on. Caller, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from. Caller, good morning. Wow. Caller, are you there? Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Yes.
Sorry about the noise. Okay.
Yes, there is a jingle. Hello, shalom.
Yes, good morning.
Yeah, shalom, Mazi Iyke, our great veteran. It's Chinemerem calling from my location. Yes, I really thank. Are you hearing me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear, sir. You're talking to the wall. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you so much, sir. So I just want to contribute on what some of the clip. Yes, I'm.
Go ahead. You're trying to listen to your radio. Just talk. Go straight to the phone and start doing some talking.
Okay. Are you hearing me?
Loud and clear, sir. Go ahead.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir. Like what they are saying, we are watching the game, as you said. Yes, we are physically watching the game, and to know how they will do it. So they say that they will meet all those Southeast leaders, and I wonder what they will discuss with them. With them, the same Southeast leaders that met the presidency. Somebody like Mazi Iyke, our great elder, he went there, but they said the president said that they will not interfere in a judiciary system of the country, so that the court will decide. Now the court has decided. What are they going to discuss with the same elders that made them? So the only thing there is that we are watching the game, and the Britain, as you said, they know everything that went against our leader. But it's all the kind of hypocrisy Britain is playing to the whole world. Imagine in Nigeria, they are calling our leader a separatist person. But the person leading the Scotland for their independence, the Britain call the person a nationalist. So all this kind problem we are having with, more especially Britain, is causing for us. They will surely repeat. They know everything that happened to our leader, and the whole world, Elohim must bring them to shame. Shalom, Mazi Iyke.
Thank you very much, Ndewo. All right, thank you so much. Let me take another call on the principal officer's line. Caller, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Yeah, Mazi Iyke. Good morning over here. Yeah.
Turn down your listening device.
Yes, I have. Yes, I have done it.
Okay.
I have done it. I think Biafrans all over the world. All we're gonna do now is to do what? Not to keep on watching them. We have to be doing what we are doing. Those in the Twitter should be doing. Those broadcasting will be doing. We add more pressure to them so that they will release our leader for us. They don't have any option. So them telling us that they are going to see the Igbo elders. So I think that the appeal court has the power. Court is where they decide. When the police prosecute, then court will decide. So I think that the appeal court is the highest for me for so far now. According to our lawyer, he said that no court will attend, either low or high court will attend Nnamdi Kanu case again. That the judge has settled everything, settled. And that is where we stand. We stand in that pronunciation.
Yes.
That is where we stand. So anything more than that one is jargon.
Yes.
And the world is watching. This is kidnapping case. If they can try kidnapping case, the politician that call himself Aulu, the Fulani politician that kidnapped somebody, that they give 8 years in prison, and they give 8 years in prison. So the federal government and those operating in that government supposed to jail, because what they did is terrorism, kidnapping. So they're supposed to prosecute them for doing such a thing. They are signatory to that law, and they violate that law. Instead of them to take Nnamdi Kanu back to where they brought him, and they are trying to do something. As in school, school. Now the children has come back from the school. Now they have know what is happening. So we cannot fold our hand and watch them. If this impostor can release 101 terrorists, ask them to go. Swap with 23 victims of Kaduna Abuja train session. Then talk less of a man that is still under the competence of the law. Asked him for the restoration, to restore back his nation. Nnamdi Kanu was not born Nigerian. They should have it in mind. He was born 1966. He was not a Nigerian. So they should have it in mind. 1967. They should have it in mind that this man is not a Nigerian. And they have said it often and time. So they don't have any option, and we are not begging. They should release him and let him go and take care of his health. That is where we stand. To go and take care of his health. So whatever they are doing, they are just delaying and wasting time. So we stand in that pronunciation of the court. God bless you, my veteran.
God bless you, sir.
God bless you, sir.
All right, thank you so much. This is Radio Biafra. We have another call coming in. Let me take this one. Caller, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Mazi, good afternoon from here.
Welcome to the program.
My brother Mechuko Kabema, bless you. My name is Mazi Iyke. I'm calling from Austria. And by the special grace of Ezechuko Kabiama, I am the IPOB Austria National PRO. Mazi, before I say anything, please allow me to make this important announcement.
Go ahead.
I think, okay, thank you, Mazi Iyke. Fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom, IPOB Austria is calling us once again to join us in ESN fundraising, which is going to take place on 22nd of this October 2022. 22nd of this October 2022. This ESN fundraising has been approved by the HODS/DOS under the leadership of Mazi Iyke has approved it, and our guest of honor on that day is Mazi Iyke himself. Chief host is IPOB National Coordinator Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and the moderators of that day is Mazi Obinna and Mazi Iyke. We are calling every IPOB here in Austria. Please make sure you are ready on this particular day, this on 22nd of this October, which is this week Saturday. Make yourself ready. Update your Zoom media chat, because it is going to take place in Zoom media chat. Please, I want to announce the Zoom meeting ID. If you have pen, please, you can write it down. The Zoom meeting ID is 6065298630. I repeat, Zoom meeting ID 6065298630. The passcode is ESN in capital letter. ESN in capital letter is the passcode. And the time of this fundraising is 6 p.m. Biafra time, which is here in Austria is going to be 5 p.m. in the evening. 6 p.m. Biafra time, 5 p.m. here in Austria. And please, just as our leader said, that the flag of ESN, the dragon flag, will never come down until Biafra is restored. These men and women are doing great job, making sure that our mothers and fathers can be able to cultivate. And this time of harvesting, they are still keeping our forest safe so that they can go and also harvest whatever they have put on the ground for our living. Please, we must support ESN. If you know that you want Biafra to come, ESN is very important that all of us must support them until we pursue all these evil people killing our people, adopting them inside our bushes. And I want to use this opportunity also to say, please, if you If you want to contact us, we have a telephone number here you can contact us with. And this telephone number is, you have to get our national coordinator of IPOB Austria. The first number is +43 660 9568 905. I repeat, +43 660 9568 905. The second number is +43 660 9647 511. For the last time, second number +43 660 9647 511. Call us and support us on this Saturday. And as you join us, may Ezechukwu bless you and your household. He said. Mazi Iyke Peters, thank you for giving me this opportunity. We are just watching the kindergarten or the nursery school character of the Zoological Republic, which is this man that knows nothing, don't even obey the law that they have written down, that they wrote down on their own constitution. They don't obey it. And the whole world is watching Malami and this imposter in the Aso Rock called himself Buhari, which we know that this man have died, they have dead and buried since 2017. They must release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We are not begging anybody. They must. The worst thing they can do is to continue to hold our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu when their own court has asked them to release this man that he has committed no crime. Going to another man's country, kidnapped a man without the due process and brought him, renditioned him back to the zoo. And these people still has a God. Nigeria has no shame. This is the reason why this zoo called Nigeria is the killer of destiny. They try to destroy the destiny of our own people. That is the reason why nobody wants to stay in that country. Mazi, if you are doubting what I say, let there be a ship from Europe or even any other neighbor country around. Just come to their seashore and hang there and say, if you want to stay in Nigeria, stay. If you want to come, Mazi, before God and man, in 5 minutes time, the people that will food, even people who hold their hand in their antenna. Nobody wants to stay in that zoo. Because that place is not made for a normal human being. This is why we Biafrans are saying Nigeria cannot continue to be. We want to separate ourselves from Nigeria for the future of our own children. That we are born all over the world. We must get Biafra. Without Biafra, our life is nothing. So if they like, if they don't like, Biafra must come. It doesn't matter what they do, Mazi Iyke Peters. It doesn't matter conspiracy. It doesn't matter. We must restore Biafra. We are pregnant of Biafra and we must deliver, whether the devil like it or not. Mazi, thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mazi.
Well, thank you. This is Radio Biafra USA 2. No matter what they do, my brother, we are here resolute and remain resolute, and nothing they're going to do to stop us. We actualize Biafra. Biafra is our home, and that's where we're going to go. I'll take a very short recess and come back to you in a few minutes. Stay tuned. Don't go away.
It's M. Josh on the beat.
For a Buriako, now waiting they discuss my Buriako, now waiting happen we know. Let's talk about Buriako, now waiting happen for a Buriako, now waiting they discuss my Buriako, now waiting make we know. After 54 years in Nigeria, still they shake to break. After 54 years in Nigeria, still they shake to security. Life's long old, people don't mind things, so don't smile. You can start to get, you can start to debate. But you will try to stop us, but the Nigerian government refused. Some before Ghana, they will discuss restructuring. There was problem and they agreed to restructure Nigeria. On the 4th and 5th of January 1957, General Gowon Nigeria
Masipti Apuria Pop, General Ankara Idea, Colonel Idea, and the Asepti Apuria Pop, and the Masepti restructuring. But when they come back Nigeria government refused to pay. Problem. They fight people into theory. They genocide and loss and them call them war. Them kidnap people plenty, them call them war. Them kill our mama, them kill our mama, them kill our uncle, them kill our them kill 4 children, them kill 5 million, kill the people where the man for restructuring, the other people where the man for restructuring. After 4 days, them still the kill, them still the shoot, but today, everybody they run, that's not. Everybody they run, X-Men they kill, terrorists to shoot, government to teach. God to don't reject Nigeria. Devil don't punish Nigeria. Nigeria government taking my people for genocide. Our battle situation like understatement. Now everybody that you go out for the matter. This is what I want carry many people go. Discuss my Nigeria like this because nobody talk the truth. Nigeria like this because government lie. Then we go use the ammunition for church and we go clean the shit. In our curriculum for school, they not teach us our history. Now where we go learn, now how we go learn. When the Nnamdi Kanu come save us, Nigerian government teaches us. Nigerian government arrest us. Nigerian government shoot them. This media print and black. Nigerians hate good. Now which day will they go up? Now which time will they stand? Nigerians no one here. Nigerians no one good. Nigerians no one here. They dance to the government room. They kill us, they do us. They deceive us, they confuse us. They give our land to strangers, our eyes come open. They give our land to strangers, Nigerians come go. Suddenly, Nigerians, they talk, he say they want to structure.
Those who are positioning themselves. I'm back again. A caller on Principal Officer's line. Please tell us your name and where you're calling.
Yeah, Mazi, good afternoon, sir.
Welcome to the program.
Yeah, Mazi, my name is Paul, calling from Gabon, Mazi.
What happened to you?
It has been a long time. I've been trying.
Yeah.
Yes, Mazi, your number, I lost your number. Oh. I'm trying to have your number. Because when you are calling your number on phone, you're always fast. Right. I couldn't get the number.
All right.
Yes, but now I got it. Yes, thank you.
Welcome to the
Medical Kadama, yeah, to bless you and your family for the job you are doing for us. And Walid Nnamdi Kanu must be the love Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must be respected around the world because the man is too much. He must be respected. So I'm calling all Biafrans around the world to stand up for the liberation of our leader.
Once again,
because Nigeria Zoo, the zoo must liberate our leader. Because I want to make them to understand that now the appeal court has said that Nnamdi Kanu must be released unconditionally and acquitted. But now people are keeping quiet. That's to show you that Nigeria, that is not a nation. Any nation doesn't have law. That is not a nation. Because many of them they are foolish. Because when you are not abiding by the rule of law, the only what they know to do is that pursue Fulani who came from Futajeron to come to Islamize all the whole Nigeria. So this is the cabals of Fulanis. They are the one holding our leader. We are telling them to release our leader. And the United Nations must to stand up and do the needful. Because you cannot tell me that these people, they are disobeying the law, they are kidnapping people, they are doing all manner of rubbish. But United Nations keeping quiet, allowing them to kill Biafrans around the world. So what we are asking for is the immediate release of our leader and give us the date of referendum. Because what we need is the referendum. We don't need election. We don't need obedience. That is to put people back inside the pit. Because people doesn't know they are about to enter in the pit again. Because for them to talk about to be obedient is for them to enter in again inside the pit.
All right.
So my people,
let's not dwell.
Where's the man? Thank you for the opportunity you give to me. Thank you, remembrance, and God bless you and bless and protect our leader, President Nnamdi Kanu. Our leader must be released, unconditionally released. Thank you.
All right. Like I said before, IPOB, the indigenous people of Biafra, we don't care who is the president of the zoo. It has nothing to do with us. Our quest is Biafra freedom is all we are asking. It's a very easy, it's a very simple thing to understand. The election we're going to take part in is the referendum. If you can give us they call it plebiscite, some call it referendum, whatever you call it, give it a name, it's the same thing. Let us vote for those who want to stay should stay and those who want to go should go. It's as simple as that. We are not, the British people have forced it enough, and Nnamdi Azikiwe tried it. Bafemi Awolowo, I wouldn't be able to tell you exactly what his stands were at that time, but we know very well that the nationalists, the one that wanted the giant of Africa, the big African nation, was Nnamdi Azikiwe. They worked for it. He never became president. Just ceremonial. You know, Britain say, okay, take this one. It's like so the story my primary school teacher told us, that the crab in Shiko has no eyes, you know. So the eyes are right, maybe on his shoulder or something like that. That when God was creating other animals, they were joking around at the end. They went to God and said, God said, okay, you know, I'm exhausted. Let me just put eye on your shoulder. And that's why so what they are doing to us, they are wasting their time. Nnamdi Azikiwe have tried. I'm not condemning him, but I'm saying that because of lack of foresightedness, he couldn't have gone into this. Because if he knew that the nation that he would create will end up like this, he would not do it, believe me. He did the best that he knew about. So when I say I am blaming him, I'm not condemning him, but I'm only saying that there's time for everything. Everything has its own time. Biafra time is now, and there is nothing anybody can do. At the time he did it, maybe he could have ended up, he was just a coward too, because the British people, at the lawlessness that they are exhibiting today, could have made you know that they could have even hung him at that time. They could have charged him for treason, put a rope on his neck and hang him. And nobody will say anything. We will continue, we'll come back. They will be the judge, they will be the, you know, the accuser and the judge. You know, everything will be on their side. We did what we did because they wanted to. This is only what they tried to do with Nnamdi Kanu. But unfortunately, the people tend to forget that the world has moved on. It's no more game as business as usual. No. Everybody walking around the street today has at least a cell phone that has a camera on it. They can pick up things and people are talking. People are freer to talk. And it's going to be much and more freer. The only thing is that there's that generation is, we all have the same thing in our own nation. In Biafra land, we have people who are the politicians who think that there is nothing anybody can do except lying against our people, not supporting our people. They don't even really know what they want. Honestly, they are just there supporting after them. That's all they are doing. But the truth that we know and the truth that will prevail is that Biafra is here to stay, and there is nothing anybody can do about it. There is no way. Fulani is a very honest people. Look at all the money, all the oil that they are stealing. They are the people thieving this oil. I listened to one of them, the leader of Meiti Allah Association or something like that. He was saying so many things, but the point is that feeling that they are being intimidated. Yes, we are intimidating you. So what? Big deal. We're not begging. The time that we are begged is over. Not anymore. The world has come to think. So Peter Obi or no Peter Obi, Atiku Abubakar or no Atiku Abubakar, whoever is there is nothing that they are doing today that our leader that we have not known. Our leader told us, yes, and those of us who feel that our leader was assimilated and will live by it, we know. He never came out to distribute placards or invite us to join IPOB. No, he never did. Just listening to him, and you'll be sanitized. You will know the truth. There are many Nigerians out there who know the truth, who knows that this man has come to save them. But you know something? They want to shy away from it because it didn't come from their so-called elites or leaders. Look at them talking about meeting the Igbo leaders. Who are the Igbo leaders? Who cares about them? We are IPOB. We're talking about, if you say you're going to talk to the Biafran leaders, I understand you. But when you talk about the likes of Ohaneze Ndigbo and the rest of them, who cares about these people? Do you think we care? No. How many of them have come out to stand by whatever is said, Nnamdi Kanu is right? No. They are always talking corner with their mouth. I heard one of them, the deputy, said, if it means going there to bow down and beg Buhari, you go and beg, kneel down and beg him to do what? Imagine Nnamdi Kanu will hit the street. Whether you go there and fool yourself and say you are begging. Why are you going to beg? Beg for your rights? If it means going to beg him, I'll go and kneel down and beg him. I listen to that and I'm like, gray hair, I want wisdom. They used to say that gray hair comes with wisdom. No, because even fools, when they start growing up, they still have gray hair. Gray hair is not restricted to wise people. It's restricted to everybody, whether you are foolish or stupid. So when you start telling people like me that you will go and beg and kneel down and beg, I keep wondering, beg what? Especially when you are an older person, when you are already on the departure hall. Why do you want to beg? Allow your children, say it out. Your name will go into history as somebody who spoke the truth. The whole thing has to do with speaking the truth. Not whether you beg or not. Why do you want to go and beg them? You keep begging them and they keep doing what they are doing. They put an impostor in Asu Rock that is not Muhammad Buhari. You won't tell me that you don't know that. You know, but you are afraid to talk. Even at departure hall, you are still afraid that you might die. You know, when you look at death, let me put it this way. It's like somebody wearing a very beautiful jacket. He's being, admired by so many people, and he's gone on a journey. Over the years, the jackets are getting worn out to a point where it's all rag and everything. And he decides to take off this jacket and dump it somewhere. And then you see the same people that were admiring him, admiring that jacket, they are around there trying to worship the jacket. But the wearer of the jacket is not there anymore. It's gone. It's gone somewhere. To get a new jacket, of course, and continue. So when we look at Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was sent on an errand. What he's doing, we are not only admiring him, some of us are ready to follow him. He never came and admired. And the point is that this remarkable man does not really care whether you're following him or not anyway. He does it too. The point is, if you do well, he will praise you. You do bad, he will praise you. He will tell you on your face. He doesn't have a permanent friend. That's how you know good people. That will see you today and say something different. No. Whether you are there or not, it doesn't make any difference. It judges you based on your character and what you've done. So all these Ohaneze Ndigbo are so-called leaders. Let them keep on fooling themselves. Who are you leading? Who are you leading? The court pronounced that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have been acquitted. So many people are calling me, oh, this is a plan by other political opponents of P2B because they want P2B to lose. That's why they're bringing Nnamdi Kanu out at this time. Why this time? You people are foolish and stupid. Nnamdi Kanu is not a politician. He never declared for any political party. If you are very confident in what you are doing, why do you care if he comes out of jail or not? Go ahead. But this is a thorn in your flesh. You cannot do anything about it. The bee is stinking you at a very, very bad place. You can't slap it because you will destroy your scrotum where it is. So what I'm saying in a nutshell is that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a Biafran. He's the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. If you don't like it, sorry, I can't help you. It doesn't stop you from doing your election, your politics. Look at them, they are coming out in their shell. Atiku Abubakar had him on video that nobody in the north should vote for the people, for the Igbo people. Oh, see? One Nigeria. When you pinch them, they will come out more. Election is not even here yet. They were going to talk more. And the more they talk, the people that they are talking to will start realizing, now, what are we really doing? Because it's only a foolish man that will stay there and go against what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is saying. And you are living in Nigeria. Does it favor you? Does the country favor you? It doesn't favor anybody. The man in the Alamajiri is hungrier than even, when you talk about hunger, our people, the Igbo man knows how to endure hunger. Do you know that? Because they know how to make the money. They know how to make the living. Just go away and leave us alone. Take your country, steal your oil, swallow whatever you want to swallow, and get out of our face. Allow us to grow on our own pace. That's exactly what we're saying. The court have said it. Whether you like to obey it or not, that is your problem. It has nothing to do with us. Absolutely nothing.
Nnameka Ejiofor, one of the lawyers representing the leader of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra, Ipob, Nnamdi Kanu, has accused the Department of State Services, DSS, unlawful detention of hundreds of Igbo and Ibibio men and women over the allegation of belonging to.
All right, that call just comes in and interrupted what I'm doing. I want you to listen. To take the point.
Alleged that all efforts to locate and interface with the detained persons have been repulsed by the authorities of DSS. Ejiofor claimed that the detainees were mainly picked up in various states of the southeast geopolitical zone and had been clamped into detention since 2021. He pleaded with DSS authorities to arraign the detainees in law courts if they have committed any known offense, instead of keeping them in unknown detention camps in breach of the 1999 Constitution.
Achieved by abusing the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. If you do not like the Constitution, then is it not better you set it aside and declare national state of emergency and throw away the Constitution so that everybody will now know that we are governed by the whims and caprices of this administration? So we are urging and asking and requesting the entire society, the entire Nigerians, and not only Nigerians, the international community to come to our aid, to urge and to impress on the federal government of Nigeria that laws must be obeyed. And the way to obey the law is not to disrespect the Constitution. We cannot act in the fashion of the bandits. We cannot continue to act in the fashion of Boko Haram in the pretext that we want to enforce law and order. Two wrongs, they say, can never make a right. If these people have committed a crime, bring them before a court of law. If you have no charge against them as of now, they will release them to their families.
At the media briefing attended by wives, children, and relatives of the detainees, the council pleaded with President Muhammad Buhari to wade into the plight of his client by ordering security agencies to file criminal charges against them in law court so as to protect the sanctity of human rights. Basil Okafor, Court TV News, Abuja.
Yes. All our children, our brothers, Biafrans that are being detained illegally That's what we're saying. Nigeria is a lawless nation. We know that. We keep saying it, we keep singing it, but I know the world is listening. It's not going to go easy for them. You take people to you arrest people, you lock them up, you don't bring them to court. Some people have been in detention for years and years and years, and nobody is saying anything about it. God has pushed them to take the same criminal tendencies of the government out of Biafra, out of the zoo, into a foreign country, where they think they can go there and abduct a citizen of another country and take him into another country without going through. It's God. This must be the handiwork of Chukwukike Abiyama, because I said it on this program before. Nigeria being what they are, they know how to bribe. They could have gone to Kenya and paid one lawyer or whatever judge, and just bribe him off, give him a lot of money, and I will make him just declare, say, okay, take him. Then you come back and claim that you've gone through the judicial process. But you know something? You know, when as in Ijuna, he's dying. You guys think that because you can do, we are the giant of Africa. You can do whatever, you can intimidate anybody, you walk up to another independent nation to kidnap. And then Kenya came in, and we didn't even know about it. You knew about it. Even if the president doesn't know, there are people working for you that are responsible for that. You don't go to another foreign country and kidnap somebody like that. But God blinded, Satan blinded you so that you make this mistake that will embarrass you. The embarrassment is still following you, no matter what you do. You want to go to Supreme Court, you want to go to heaven, go to wherever you want to go. But the world is watching you, and you are never going to escape this. Let our leader go. We are not begging you. We are telling you that the court, your own court, not Biafra court, your own court, the court in the zoo, they sat down and said, listen, you cannot uphold a crime by committing a crime. Your abduction of this man is illegal. You have broken the law already. So you have no right to try him in any of your lower courts in the zoo. It's in a high megafuma. Give it a shot. But meanwhile, we're asking you to let our leader go, and there is nothing you can do about it. Let's see. I have a call. Let me take this one. Caller, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Mazi Iyke, good afternoon.
Welcome to the program.
My name is Mazi Iyke. I'm calling from France. Mazi Iyke, what we've been hearing, they already appeal in Supreme Court. That is not a new thing. Our lawyer knew it, and they plan ahead for that. There is one thing I want to tell Biafrans. Don't worry. This news is an opportunity for us to reach where we are going.
That's right.
Because if you remember when our leader used to say, he went to UN and many of them run away. They don't want to talk about the issue. This is the time they are going to talk about the issue, because the ball have come to their leg to kick. And if they did not kick it, the sanction is going to follow it. Both the one who refused and the one who did not kick it. Because we are in 98% now to be receive a declaration of Biafra. And if they keep on keeping on our leader, the referendum is not going to be achieved, only to declare the Biafra. That's the only thing I can tell you. All hail Biafra.
All hail Biafra. Thank you very much. We are like the journey is coming to an end. And let them keep delaying the hands of time. You know, it's a clock. When you hold the hands of the clock not to move, when you take off your hand, the clock will jump and get back to where it's supposed to be. Caller, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Yes, hi, Peter. Good afternoon. Can you hear me, brother?
Welcome to the program. Yes.
Yes. Good afternoon. Thank you for your program this time. And thank you, IPOB Worldwide. Thank you, Biafrans. Mazi, my name is Mazi Madabuchi. Mazi, we have been seeing all things before them, but all the same, we're in the winning part. Mazi, what made me to call you? You mentioned one thing here. We are not for presidents of the zoo. But Mazi, sometimes we have to tell our people and those who think that we are here, they want to release our leader to counter P2B or something of that nature. We want to tell them we are not there. What we want is total freedom to liberate our people, total emancipation of our people. That is what we are here. That is what we are doing. Mazi, do you know what you says? This guy called Atiku. He said, don't vote to any Igbo man. Don't vote to any Yoruba man. Vote for a northerner, which is Fulani man, which he is. He claimed that he's a Fulani, he's a Nigerian. But don't forget that this Atiku is not a Nigerian. Atiku, you are not a Nigerian. You came to Nigeria to become a Nigerian by a referendum. And today now you are shadowing everybody, telling the indigene not to vote for Igbo man, not to vote for Yoruba man, vote for a northerner, a Fulani man, who you are not a Nigeria properly. You just came to Nigeria to become a Nigeria by a referendum. And the same referendum we are asking for. And you people say we will not get it. We are going to get that referendum, whether you like it or not. Anything you do, we are going to get. Our leader says, we will sleep here and wake up in Biafra. And that's the way it's going to be. You see how the whole world now is looking what is going to happen. The whole world now are focusing on that zoo called Nigeria, but they never know. The UN, the US, the EU, and every nations now, they are now wondering what is going on in this country. What a lawless country is this? How can you make a law and the law you put in place take place? You say you cannot obey it. What a country is that? Is that country what to exist or not? Mazi, what made me to call me is just to talk what is going on. You see, let me start with Emiloko, if time permit me. That is Tunumbu who say it's my turn. Give it to me, Emiloko. Tunumbu say, Emiloko, Yoruba nation, Yoruba, is for Yoruba time, is Emiloko, is my own time. Atiku say, don't vote for Igbo man, don't vote for Yoruba man, vote for a northerner, which is a Fulani man. And it's only our brother, Peter Obi, clamoring, don't vote for me as an Igbo man, vote for me as a Nigerian. Can you see the difference here? Other candidates is clamoring for their own side. It's only our people. It's only our people, Peter Obi, clamoring to vote for him as a Nigerian. Don't vote for me as an Igbo man. Vote for me as a Nigerian. Mazi, can you imagine that? Yeah. That's what we are saying. It's not the way against Peter Obi, but the way Peter Obi is going for the something is what we are against. Now, let me talk. The man, this guy choose Emiloko, Tunumbu choose as his vice president. He says when they enter as a president, if they emerges as the president of the zoo, that he will take over security, and Emiloko, which is Tunumbu, will take over finance. And I'm asking this man, if Shetima take over security, who is the commander-in-chief then? If Shetima take over, he is the commander-in-chief. He's higher than Tunumbu if they emerges as the president. You see how they're relegating Tunumbu right now? If Tunumbu never enter, he never enter as a president. And the full and arrogance they have started. He said he will be commander-in-chief. And the Tunumbu, who will be the president, will be financial minister. And he will be for the charge of security. And then he is the commander-in-chief. And Tunumbu never noticed this. And there's a conference they call one time, I think day before yesterday or yesterday. Tunumbu said he have a stand order. You know what that stand order means? Before Tunumbu will mention the name of his wife, he must mention the name of this Shetima wife before his own wife. That is standing order. So if following what this Fulani man saying now, Tunumbu is not shaking. They relegated Tunumbu to the background now. They never enter. Make Yoruba people share your eye. My people, Yoruba, share your eye. See how things is moving around. They never enter. You see how they are doing your own man. Now, they come to Atiku now that talking rubbish. Atiku, you are not a Nigerian. Now you are shuddering to become a Nigerian by force. You say don't vote on any Igbo man. And the Obasanjo have told us, he said the worst mistake he have done is to choose Atiku as his vice president. To choose Atiku as his vice president is the worst mistake. So people that are clamoring for Atiku, share your eye. Atiku is not there for you. Atiku have another mission. Now, coming to our brother Peter Obi, who says, vote for me, not as an Igbo man, vote for me as a Nigerian. Peter Obi say one thing. He say is the government is stealing oil. They know when the sheep come to take the oil and they're denying it. They say bring Peter Obi to kill. Bring him, jail him, bring him, lock him up, bring him, he said this and that. Peter Obi don't have voice. I'm telling those that are following Peter Obi, Peter Obi did not have voice. He can never defend you in any way. What we want is total emancipation, total freedom. That's what we're looking for. And that freedom we shall get. Mazi, thanks for having me and God bless you.
God bless you. All right, thank you so much. This is Radio Biafra USA 2. What I'm saying, and I keep saying it and I'm keep repeating it, is that we are IPOB. We are the indigenous people of Biafra, and all we're asking for is our freedom. Peter Obi can go and become the president of the zoo. That is his problem. Nobody says you have to live with us. But we, the Biafrans, what we're talking about is our freedom. Our lasting freedom that is going to last. Because these people are all joking. All of them. Of course, you are the only person who will say, don't vote for me because I'm an Igbo man. Because if you tell them you're an Igbo man, that you lose some of the candidates, people are going to vote for you. But we don't care. It doesn't matter to us. Do you tell people they have an agenda that everybody knows the agenda from the beginning? That all they are doing is Fulani. It's something that they planned over the years. When they say it, nobody wants to listen to it. But it is materializing. It is coming gradually, and becoming a reality. Because they told you from the beginning that total Fulanization is going on, is brewing in the country, and nobody wants to listen. That today, it is up and doing, and we all know it. What we are saying is that you should pay attention
right here
to this.
I will just invite you, please go online straight away and go to wikipedia.org, Wikipedia, and type into the search engine Abuja Declaration 1989. And this information will come up. Islam in Africa held a conference in Abuja in 1989. At the end of it, they issued a declaration, and it goes to eradicate in all its forms and ramifications all non-Muslim religions in member nations. Such religions shall include Christianity. Now please note that word. To eradicate in all its forms and ramifications. Now Nigeria is a member nation. All non-Muslim religions, such religions shall include Christianity. The word Christianity in the communique was underlined. To ensure only Muslims are elected to all political posts of member nations, to ensure the appointment of only Muslims into strategic national and international posts of member nations, to ensure the ultimate replacement of all Western forms of legal and judicial systems with the Sharia. Then to make sure that this strategy works, because it's going to require money. Babangida, as the self-appointed president of Nigeria, put his hand into the treasury of Nigeria, took $21 billion out and gave it to OIC, to the Islamic Development Fund of OIC, and said, take this money for the total, I'm quoting, for the total Islamization of Nigeria in particular and Africa in general. Babangida paid $21 billion of our money to turn Nigeria into an Islamic nation. And they have started. Boko Haram, don't look at it as something that is isolated to the northeast. It is meant to cover the entire nation until Christianity is eradicated in all its forms and ramifications.
Yes, that's information I keep telling you. I keep on repeating it over and over and over. What is going on today? Atiku Abubakar, listen to him. Don't vote for any Yoruba man or any Igbo man. Oh, yes. And then the other one is Fulani, Muslim. But then I think the Hausa people are wising up, because I got something from somebody yesterday, a clip that I wanted to listen to. They're wising up. They know that there's nothing called Hausa-Fulani. It's now Hausa on one side.
Assalamu alaikum. I am the obedience from Sokoto. I want to give you a history that you all know and the future that is about to happen today. We have this saying that all the North, especially our brothers from the East, they used to call us the Hausas, generally in the North. But we want to tell you something. We, the Hausas, we have differentiated ourselves now from the Fulanis. Yes, this is why I want you to stay. Pause first and share the video to go so that some people should know. The Hausa people now are against the Fulani people squarely. It is nothing you can do about this now. And you know, from the beginning to whatever it is, the Fulani people has been ruling this country, not the Hausa people. The Fulani has emirates everywhere around the north, not we the Hausa people. Now, there is something that happened that I want to tell you that is the future. You know, the Hausas, we the Hausas have given up on the Fulanis. And like it is, we are having some clash. I want to tell you this clash now is the clash of the titans. Because something happened within the Fulanis. We know we in the Sokoto state, we have villages. Some villages belong to the Fulanis and some villages belong to the Hausas. All the attack in Sokoto state, there is no one attack in the villages of the Fulani people. It's all in the Hausas. And now the Hausas have already opened their eyes. They are now aware of what is happening. There is one attack that happened last 2 weeks. I want to tell you that comes about all of these things. It is the attack that happened, the Fulani man and the Hausa. We, the Hausa, we don't wear cow, we don't rear anything but rather we farm. We grow crops. Now the Fulani man came and then entered to someone's farm. This is the rainy season time. Entered to somebody's farm, ate the crop, and the man now plant something and now put a poison the cow. The following day, the Fulani kingdoms are waiting for him in his farm. When he came, they killed him at once. That is what triggered this unity now between the Hausa and the Fulani. And when you see us now, we are ready to change everything. In all the political parties in Nigeria, that you see a Hausa man going out around campaign, go and check. It's a Fulani man, not a Hausa man.
Yes, we know that. We've known that. Good morning to all of you. Wake up. Yeah, it's good that you've woken up now and you're beginning to think like normal people. But you know something? It is too late. We are Biafrans. We're not interested in whatever you guys are doing with yourselves. If you sit down there, because you always hear no. Because when Atika Abubakar said, don't vote for any Igbo man, talk about people from the north. He didn't say people from the south, the northeast, or northwest. No. What we are saying in a nutshell is that it is too late for all these things that you guys are doing. We are Biafrans, we are gone. If you guys like to vote for whoever I want to vote for, please do so. That's your own right. We are not going to tell you where to dump your vote. If there's any vote that is being going to be counted by anybody. What we are saying is that we are Biafrans and we are going home. And when we go home, we go home. When we say we are going home, we are not trying to disunite or disorganize you or do something that you don't want to do. No. What we are saying is think, use your brain. Because all of you think that we are joking. Well, you would eventually realize that we are not playing. We are not playing around. We are here to actualize Biafra, and Biafra is what we are going to get. Our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, have been acquitted and discharged, but they have not let him go. They are still there. We are IPOB. We have kept our fingers crossed, and we are waiting. We are watching the leader. We are quiet. In fact, somebody called me this morning. I remember the last caller, Otis, who said that they already filed whatever to Supreme Court. We shall see. We shall see how it goes. We are watching. You know, the vulture, our leader told us the story about the vulture who said his wife was pregnant and people were saying, what if the woman dies at the cost of giving birth? He said, that's food for me too. So what if he gives birth to the child and the child dies? It's still food. So either way that they do it, we are resolute. We are Biafrans and we are not going to succumb to whatever they are doing. We have a leader whom we are following. His name is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And we call him Anu Nyolonyosa. You know, Anu Akwara Anu, that is when you are chewing, it is kind of tendon on the meat that you chew and chew and chew and chew. You have something to do with it. Either you spit it out or you swallow it. Because you can never grind it. That's Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for us. He is our leader, indomitable, and there's no way anything is going to change. From here, I have to say goodbye today and be with you again tomorrow. Mazi Iyke is next. Stay tuned. Don't forget. But let me keep reminding you that Biafra is our religion. And here on Radio Biafra is where we worship. Stay tuned. Don't go away. Mazi Iyke is next. From me,
our religion. The last hope we
go swab with 23 victims of Kaduna Abuja train session, then talk less of a man that is still.
Even though this lawyer might keep quiet, but don't try to argue. Because this man that explained it very well, he's a lecturer in the university, he's a lawyer. And he said, rights and power, they are two different. Let's hear from him. Honestly, very interesting to listen to.
Just to the law. Many of our attorneys general at the state level, at the federal level, are lawless. And they think it's a pride. They carry.
Okay, so let's take it from the angle of Malami now. Yes. The things he has actually said and stated legally, do you think it still stands? And do you think that the court has actually, they said has the court really released Nnamdi Kanu?
Well, the court will always only make an order.
Okay.
It always depends on the executive to obey the order. A law-abiding executive will immediately obey the order. Even if you want to appeal against it, you will immediately obey the order of the courts. So if we still give them the presumption, because one of the things I think the legal practitioners, this planning committee ought to do in this country is to learn to hold attorneys general to the law. They unfortunately, many of them constitute one of the biggest lawless set of lawyers in this country. They think that being attorney general makes you to be above the law. I thought that would have made you to be an example, a paragon of obedience to the law. Many of our attorneys general at the state level, at the federal level, are lawless. And they think it's a pride. They carry with some chink on their shoulders and moving to court, some of them treat judges with disdain and all that. So it's unfortunate. So, but I believe let Malami understand this time is getting to the twilight of his position as Attorney General. Let him use the opportunity to try to put a shine to his otherwise very poor image as Attorney General by obeying, asking them to, advising them to immediately release him and all that. And again, of course, Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer will know that he has given hints. They may be at the gate of the prison to wait and arrest him again. That's unfortunately what our Attorney Generals advise their governments to do.
So you think you foresee this happening?
Yeah, I foresee it happening. He has already given him. The other cases are there. The rendition matters. So I foresee that they're just bringing out of maybe Kuje prison, if it's that's where it is. As he's getting to the gate, they say, well, obey the order of court. Then the pressman get away. Then the next time they arrest him, now they will be arrested. They ask him, well, he said for the pre-rendition issue, the water for which he fled outside the country. Though, of course, Nnamdi Kanu still had a charge before Justice Nyako, which he must face and defend to the end. Maybe that, but I think that should go under the Justice Nyako had granted bail. That issue of bail where Senator Abaribe and the rest stood in for him. That has been sorted out. So if the court did not revoke the bail, then it should go up. If the court revoked the bail, then the court should get this and then be told that he's going to serve the order of detention by the court for jumping bail or being forced to jump bail. That's a matter that we tried again and find whether he was forced, as we all know, army came and raided his house and he managed to escape. If that be the case, then court should reinstate his bail and all that. But whatever happens, my fear is that, as usual, as he's coming out of this one, they wait until they get arrest him again.
Okay, what would this really tell of our system, our judicial system, if that really happens?
No, in terms of a system where the respect for rule of law is based on discretion of the executive. It is a system where lawlessness is still a very strong factor. In terms of a system where the court is ridiculed on the daily basis by those who should honor its decisions. And that's been happening very, very often. Sometimes even private lawyers, senior lawyers at that, we treat the court with disdain. And that's not good for the image of the country. And that's what those who are saying, we want international investors, we want international respect. The people are not going to look at you by what the executive say. They look at you by what the courts say, what the courts decide, and your reaction to court decision. That's how the world knows whether you're a serious country or not. If you're a country where the court, no matter how lowly the court is, takes the decision and you obey it implicitly and explicitly, they know it's a serious country they can rely upon. So we know, because everybody knows that offenses and disputes will arise in any country. And then people expect that when they arise, you take them to courts, duly constituted courts. And when people, you go through the due process of trial, and when decision is taken, you obey it. Once anybody knows that's the quality of a nation, they take that nation serious. If you don't, you destroy your nation while claiming to want to bring respect for it.
All right. See, I purposely came up with this because they have a rotten system and then people are taking advantage of it. That's exactly what man is trying to explain. That there are people out there who think they are above the law. The Malamis. But what do you expect when a cattle rearer is the attorney general? I mean, it's something you expect. It's expected to happen. It will happen. It will never stop happening. That is the truth. They're talking about oil theft. Yes, now we have a list of those. You know, our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, has spoken about this oil theft long time ago. Today, you know, P2P said it and everybody's jumping. Oh, I said something. No. Listen to Radio Biafra and be wise. Most of the things that people keep sending me, there are people who think they are giving me information. I don't want to stop them or embarrass them or try to insult them or whatever, but secondhand news. The news that they give me are things that I've heard. In fact, one of them even asked me because there was something he gave me. He sent it, and then he just sent it. As soon as he sent it, he called me. He said, "Have you watched what I sent to you?" And I said, "I have not. I'm busy at this time." So he wanted to tell me what it is. Then I told him the story. He said, "So you've heard it before?" I said, "My friend, wake up to the real world. Come to Radio Biafra and be wise. Get Radio Biafra and put it in your app and you will listen. All these things you are sending, I don't want to stop you. You're my friend. I want you to feel insulted. But all these things you are sending, they are all old news that they are not news anymore anyway. But that whenever you hear it, it's your news. When you hear about NNPC and crude oil stealing, let me give you the rundown of the people working there. Akwasina, Igbo man too like money. Listen to this. Mele Kairi is the general manager. Omar Aliyah is the chief finance officer, finance and accounting. Yusuf Usman, chief operating officer. Farouk Gaba Said, chief operating officer, corporate services. Mustafa Yakubu, chief operating officer, refining and petrochemicals. Hadiza Komasia, corporate secretary, legal advisor to the corporation. Omar Ibrahim, group general manager, international energy relations. Kalamu Abdullahi, GGM, rewardable energy. Ibrahim Brima, GGM governance, risk and compliance. Bala Wunti, Inuwa Waya, Musa Lawan, MD, Petroleum and Product Marketing. Mansour Sambo, Lawal Sade, Malami Shehu, Mohammed Abba, Abdul Karim, what was it? Abdul Kadir Ahmed, Saihu Shamari, Mohammed Zanko, Saki Awura. Now, when you listen to all these names, does this represent one country, Nigeria? Listen to this news. These are people, these are Ndoshi, these are thieves. The people that are wrecking the country and messing them up. Then when we open our mouth and tell you that we want our own nation, separate nation, you think you can stop us. No, we have had enough of this. Our fathers had them. And he says, when you look at the 20 positions in NNPC management, you will know who is responsible for crude oil theft. The thieves are not in the creeks and swamps. They are in air-conditioned offices, speaking same language and praying together. I will be foolish man with they here. They take all this stuff, they call us names. The people in the creek, they are still living. Untouched houses in zinc corrugated house in the creeks. Their fishes have been their rivers have been polluted, so they can't even fish anymore. There are fishermen. These are people that live out of whatever they get from the water. This time they won't. All the Karima and the Abdullahi, and they're all in air-conditioned rooms in Abuja, in Lagos, somewhere. And the people that they're getting the materials from their homes cannot even feed themselves. When we talk of Biafra, they think we're stupid. We are going to have Biafra whether they like it or they don't like it. Because our leader have said it. It was a clip that I heard this morning before I came on air. Our leader have told you that it is Biafra or Biafra. There's nothing, no alternative. The court has said what they have said. We are waiting. We are patient dogs, chinch, bedbug. Tell his children, when they're trying to burn the mattresses where the bedbug is, and he told his children, be calm. All the fire will go away, and then we'll come back again in a new mattress that they're going to buy. We're going to go in there and start eating them up. That's exactly what we are. IPOB, the indigenous people of Biafra. I listened to these people yesterday, one of the television stations, they were interviewing Asari Dokubo. Asari was like, I'm like, this man is a confused man. He's saying so many things. He's running up, and even the people interview him are beginning to realize that what is wrong with you? You are not making any sense. Okay, Ijo is Biafra. So it's only Ijo that is Biafra. But then he contradicts himself by saying that when Biafra was declared, it was Eastern region. I was listening. I paid attention to it. You see, jealousy and hatred and envy cannot take you anywhere. We all have mission in this life. Whatever you are stationed to do, whatever you are stationed to do it to the best of your ability. If I do mine to my best and you do yours to your best, there'll be no problem. We will eventually arrive at a very, very good sum or good if whatever we are trying to do. Nnamdi Kanu's position is not your position. You definitely cannot be my position anyway. He was made to do that job and he's doing it to the best of his ability. You sit down there and be envious. I don't keep records, but I know, I remember you talking to Maigu Diary, Maigu, the Yoruba guy. I remember you, Asari Dokubo, telling Maigu Diary that all of you started it, but Nnamdi Kanu has done better than all of you. I don't have that clip, but I know somebody out there has it. So when you're talking, one thing about internet that is so interesting. Internet does not hide anything. When you record something, it is there to follow you. There are people who are talk, they think it's over. No. Someday somebody will bring the tape and slot it in, and then you listen to yourself. Because we are what they call legion. When we are making an assessment, when you're saying something, after many years, you forget what you've said. Then you say something contradicting what you say. But when the video comes out, you say, oh shit, did I say this? You did. You did. So sit in the creek and make all the noise you want. Stop all this nonsense, because there is no such thing as Niger Delta. This was created by Yakubu Gowon. Ojukwu, when he went to Aburi, Ghana, he never went there to declare Biafra. No, there was nothing called Biafra before then. Let us do things this way. That is the document that we're presenting. Let us restructure this nation and we'll be able to live together. They agreed. They came back. The British people, the same Britain that P2B is following. He's following the British. He thinks they're going to do him any good. We are there watching. I'm not saying he's following him because I want to say it. No, he declared his candidacy from there. And then he showed us pictures of him and them in his office. That short woman is probably the campaign manager now. Who knows? We are not going to relent. They can do whatever. This is like a drowning. You know, when somebody is drowning, he could clutch a snake. The court has spoken. We have heard what the court said. Our leader has been discharged and acquitted. Whatever they want to go to Supreme Court. They want to go to heaven to get their own judgment. We are here watching.
Of course, we are aware that this judgment was delivered on 13th of October. That was last week, Thursday. So, and we're the first to access this judgment today. See this of the judgment. We are the first to have access to it today. And same has been served on the Attorney General of the Federation and also the Director General of the SSS. I just left here not quite long ago. And today was the first time we're formally bringing this development, good news to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and he was so happy to hear about the development. So, and I had an extensive discussion with him, and also we explained to him quite exhaustively, comprehensively about the implication of the judgment. So, and today I even have opportunity of looking at judgment once again. So, for those who may not understand or who are still talking about Akuta and discharge, what was granted in that judgment is more fortifying than Akuta in the real sense of it. Because the court directed that apart from discharging Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and consequently striking out the remaining 7-count charge, which automatically brought to an end the charge under reference, the court made a specific pronouncement and direction order that neither the lower court, that is the Federal High Court, nor any other court in Nigeria will have the jurisdiction to entertain any further charge against Nnamdi Kanu, any further charge or indictment against him. So it has taken care of the entire thing. So if they proceeded to go and find another charge tomorrow under any form of any guise, Nnamdi Kanu will not stand any trial again. In fact, the effect of the judgment is that he cannot stand trial again in Nigerian court again. So, and the federal government have no option to release him. However, we are not talking about Nnamdi Kanu's freedom because I've been granted freedom. What we are talking about is time and days it will take us to get him out, which is almost at hand. And we will continue to tell the world, keep Chineke abreast of our undertakings and our strategies and our steps we are taking towards bringing him out. But the critical part of the strategy may not be disclosed to enable us achieve what we are planning to achieve. But be assured that Onyendu will be out. Anyone from this time I'm speaking to you will be out. Yeah, when he will be out, I will not disclose to the public. But you will hear from him in no distant time. Because the federal government of Nigeria, on the authority of the judgment of the Court of Appeal, has no other further option to explore in this case. Their options has been closed. The only option available to them now is to do the honorable thing by allowing Nnamdi Kanu to live where he is now. And as it stands today, there is no order of court justifying the further detention of Nnamdi Kanu from that Thursday, 13th of October to date. So it's not being held illegally, it's not being held unconstitutionally, in the custody of the DSS. So that, and no court, whether magistrate or high court or federal high court in Nigeria, we issue order again to justify his detention. That's the worst part of it. Because by virtue of this judgment of the Court of Appeal, all courts in Nigeria have been divested, around the high court or the magistrate court, of jurisdiction to entertain charge, receive complaint, or any indictment whatsoever against Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That's the worst part of it. So the option available to the federal government of Nigeria now is to release him. And today we have served in the next level the court. We have served in the court order, also served in the court judgment. By tomorrow, we are taking a very serious legal process against them. By 11, 12 o'clock, we're going to call a press conference to bring the press, and also I will also be hopeful. So, but I may not say it here because that measure we're going to take to explore tomorrow or thereabout will be very, 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 very aggressive within the legal precepts we operate. So, and at this point in time, I want to assure you that Onyendu is happy. I want to assure you that Onyendu's exit from the custody of the SSS is imminent. By time and hour is what I cannot be able to state here. Even if it's available to me, I will not say, I'll make it public for reasons best known to me and also too much like because I've said this thing before now. Not if I go off our balance statement. Kevin say my malako. And then I go much like I am going to marry Abu Kai. But I'm not so I am a cool how to okay, say about my language. So the victory is ours. I am proud to tell them which they can. The victory is ours. And there's some two words about it. Because now can't browsing Ima. Only here and then when I am said because similar with that. Then I basically ask because similar with that. Upon the mayor, I will not beg anybody to do anything. It is the order of court, and order for them must be obeyed. I have no option. So, thankfully, I've said it before now, President of the country, Buhari has said sometime in the past, several declared that he doesn't want to interfere in the judicial process.
Yes, I was coming to that. I was waiting for you to land. I wanted to ask you, a few months ago, some traditional leaders, Igbo elders, and some religious leaders and opinion holders and some politicians in the entire Igbo land came and went to the president of Nigeria, Major General Muhammadu Buhari, and they pleaded for him to release their son, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, to him. And even when he visited Imo State, he insisted, even the same thing, he said the same thing when he visited Ebonyi State. He insisted that he was not going to interfere in the process of court, that he was going to leave it to the court to decide the fate of Nnamdi Kanu. Now that the court has decided the fate of Nnamdi Kanu by discharging him of all the charges and then telling the federal government, I mean the executive, not to take him to another court, or not that no other court can entertain any charges against him in Nigeria. Why are they not releasing him, or why are they not taking it in good faith when this is all they've been waiting? Or is there any other court that they are waiting except this very one that has given us this the very judgment?
The law is settled. Let me say this to you. Thankfully, kudos to the president of the country, President Muhammad Buhari, for his declarations and for believing in rule of law, because we are made to understand that he believes in rule of law. So now that we come to him right now, let him act on the basis of the law of the Court of Appeal. You see, one thing about what you should know about this, the recent judgment of the Court of Appeal, is that this is not an order or judgment of High Court or Federal High Court. It's a judgment of Court of Appeal. And I don't think, and I want to believe that now they've been formally served. Because from that Thursday till date, they don't know how we are the people to first obtain the status of the judgment of the Court of Appeal. Now they've been formally charged, and the DAG SSS was formally charged. I wanted to make some noise there today. And I told you I would dance naked today.
Yes.
But maybe by tomorrow I'll show them my style. So we have to like them. We'll go to the public and make sure, go to the office to make sure that grateful is done within the legal precepts. But now they've been charged, served with the process filing with the order of court, order led by court of appeal. They have no option. Even by tomorrow now, if you are taking any further step, either by initiating committed proceedings against the GSSS and the president of the country, or by filing further legal processes. They will not have any. They will not say they are not aware of the order of the court. Also, I want you to also appreciate the fact that the Chief State Council was in the court on Thursday when judgment was delivered. They didn't also assume that they don't have access to the judgment of the court, but today they have access to the judgment. They'll have served them. Now, what's the only option available to them? Because even if they're going to challenge the judgment of the court of appeal, which we have no problem with, do not advise the constitutional right, they can exercise it. But the law says that those orders, there's a declaration by the court that must obey. There are political authorities on that in that regard. I said you cannot be in contempt of court order and be seeking equitable remedy from the Superior Court. They cannot indulge you. The Supreme Court will ordinarily ask you to go and obey that order of court. It's the authority on that. To go against the Lagos State government. We also have recent case of against FRN. You can't be in court in the content of court order and be asking Supreme Court to accept the appeal. No, you must go and obey that order. So we are certain that they must obey that order. There's no two ways about they must obey that order. And that's the only option available to them. Obey the order, let's go back to the Supreme Court. We use our client, we can go back and sort ourselves out, right? Legally. So, but the order of court must be obeyed. Order of court must be obeyed. There's no two ways about it. I'm not begging them to obey it, they must obey it. It's the order of court. When they kidnapped him in Kenya on 19th of June 2021 and 2021, detained him for 8 years, subjected him to all forms of torture and inhuman treatment before he was criminally smuggled into Nigeria and consequently taken to court on 29th of June 2021. He was eventually sent to DSS court facilities for detention on the order of court and obey that order. We challenge that order before the court. The court says it's order. I didn't make this order. Another must be obeyed. Now the Superior Court has countered, set aside the order, set aside the entire judgment, set aside the charge, struck out the charge. So as it stands today, being 17th of October 2022, only Nnamdi Kanu is being illegally and non-constitutional held in facility of DSS. Because order detaining him there has been struck out. It was struck out, the order detaining him and there's not a charge giving rise to that order has gone. That charge died on the 13th of October 2022. That was last week. And it was buried around 8:30 in the evening. And the funeral ceremony continues. And so it will not end until further notice. It cannot be called up again, cannot be resuscitated, cannot be revived. The child cannot be revived under any form. Can't even revive. Can't even revive another charge against him. Court said no, you won't do it. So they must obey that order. Thankfully, let's say you obey. They won't make law interfere with judicial process. We believe him, and also believe the AG Federation, who have formally communicated today. An order was formally given to him. The judgment was also formally served on him. Since it's applicable to DGSSS. They will all receive award few weeks last 1 hour through they receive award. So they will do the honorable thing by complying with court order. Because it is a country that operates constitutional democracy. That's where rule of law is supreme. So they must obey the order of the court. Certainly know that we're not begging them to obey it. They must obey it. It's a must. I didn't make that order, but the State didn't make that order. It's for order made by their own court. So now they came to their own court and defeated them. It's not true. Yes. So that order they made by their own court must obey by them. So you don't have any clarification. I'll wait till tomorrow. So because tomorrow we are going back to where we come from.
Yeah, thank you very much, Barrister. And people back home and worldwide, people want to know: did you see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu today, and how was the feeling?
Onyendu was exceedingly happy, delighted. In fact, I don't know the adjective I used to describe the man his happiness today. In fact, as a matter of fact, I sang with him today. We were singing. I told him that you see, I'm the boss today. I'll conduct service today. We were singing. He was so happy. So the sort of when I started thinking, well, I don't go to it, but he was happy. Let me just say this, he was happy. So, and I won't say other things, but he's very happy and expectant of leaving that place anywhere from now. I will stop at this. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for your thought.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for your thought. And,
all right. That is very, very clear. It's good for our people to listen. They are not being forced to obey the law. They have no choice right now. The choice they have is that they've been given instruction on what to do, and they're going to abide by it. It's as simple as that. There are no two ways about it. I'm telling the truth. African and the die is cast. They have to obey their own law. Our leader told us before, and he said it didn't add the hard words. I'm going to defeat them in their own court. And of course he did. Because he's on the right side of justice. He's on the right side. When somebody is right, he does not fear to go to the court, honestly. This is Radio Biafra USA 2. Stay tuned. I'll be back with you in a few minutes.
The other groups who have considered themselves as huge terrorists to the Nigerian populace, have they been given have they had this kind of concerted effort on the part of government to ensure that they chase them out of town, chase them into whatever country, whether it's in Sudan or in Liberia or anywhere, and then bring them for trial? Why is it Nnamdi Kanu? So I think the Court of Appeal in itself is giving the political solution by speaking the truth and justice to the matter.
All right, Toby Shoni, where Justice Adebola held, among other things, that failure of Nigeria to follow due process by way of extradition process as prescribed by law was fatal to the charges against Nnamdi Kanu. Help us understand what the process really should have been. What really is this process in trying to extradite an alleged criminal or someone who's taken up arms against the state?
Yeah, thank you, Ngozi. There are procedures. First, let me start by saying that country enter into agreement between themselves and among themselves that we have such agreement with the Great Britain where Kanu was living. So they don't need to lure him to Kenya. They need to formally write to the British government through what we call mutual legal assistance. It exists between the two countries. Whether the UK will grant it or not is another thing. But at least what the treaty says is that the federal government should apply to the British authority that this person is a fugitive, he was undergoing trial and ran away, and therefore we demand that you send him back. And then the British authority will review the applications and decide whether to consent or not. But we cannot, as the Court of Appeal said, take the law into our hand. Nigerian government became lawless, took the law into his hand by going to Kenya. They lured him to Kenya and then just took him. And the Kenya authority disgracefully were denying not to know anything about it. And I think after this case, Nnamdi Kanu lawyer will probably still have to go in civil cases to ask for damages because his right has been unduly violated.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Toby. We need to quickly move on from that. It's a developing story. Keep an eye on it. President Muhammad Buhari had said, when asked about this issue, he wants the judiciary to take its course, let the case take its course.
What the treaty say is that
all right, that's it. Like I said before, we're watching. Yes. We are watching. I hope Biafrans. We are like.
I need the ability. Asukato ipoku ala chefu ya. Onwe tegite. Uhu abale. Now for 2022, but talk Lashina de. Jump gonna cheer much. Now waiting they happen, our brother, my sister, my mama, my papa, my plenty to happen. Plenty to happen. They say they talk about our place. Anya Bolachi. Onye nwa ụwa wonye nọchala ụwa wonye nọcha ya kushike dịka nọ n'agụgụ ọkụ ka ngwa unu ịma na wetin dey happen ọkwa na-emetụkwana unu akpọtụkwana gwatụkwana anyị ihe unu mere mgbe unu dị ntakịrị ọwụ naanị gara agwa unu ọkwanụkwa na wetin dey happen ọkwa na-emetụ ya atọ ọchị ya atọmọchị ọkwa na-emetụ na asị lekwa ihe mere mgbe ndị ntakịrị amara onye wu nwata ọjọọ bad boy ihe na onye wu adaọma na ada ọjọọ ị chetara mgbe a na-arụ ube n'agụgụ ọkụ ịfụcha ọkụ ntụ adịrị ịfụcha ọkụ ntụ agadịrịcha n'agụgụ ọkụ bịa ga-ewere ike sonye n'ala na-eche ka obe gị ruo irite mgbe ahụ ike ga wụrụ ntụntụ ga-akọchi ya pam bịa fụwa ube gị were aka kọchie ntụ na-awa ka isi dịte emu ya nke ugbu a wee bịa tinye na pan mee ya kọmashal mee ya ngwaahịa a na-enye ndị mmadụ ego a na-eme mbịa nnọma gbara ga ebe a na-adọka ụkwa emetala nnọma ọkwa mbịa mmadụ a na-adọ n'agụgụ ọkụ na-adọka aga m emekwa ya ọka dara ada na tọtọ o ji akpọkpọ ihe m lee o ji akpọkpọ n'aka m n'ahụ ọ da o ji akpọkpọ ịbịa were ubere ya ga-ewere akụ bekee we get to chop with the workers to chop. Nnamdi Kanu go make it come out can chop it. Our people that are waiting they happen now will be today program. The thing will happen they say make we the look inside our matter. I say make we look inside our matter be say everybody they talk about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Now, everybody don't begin to talk about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He said then go talk about them. Now, excuse me, so when mama know this is my good voice when they hear. It go begin to disappear. So now when cold can catch you, is there for heat, temperature naga up and down. Unu tennis show to what the community pigidara canapé. For the sheer Mazi Alozi 1 minute, and I'm a minute, but me broadcast a prayer up a monk. Akpịrị na-akpọmọkụ. Nga ṅụmaga were nwa kọfị were nwa kọfị. Ị na-asị Maazị Alọzie ma agbachigị nkịtị mgbaracha kọfị ma bịa n'ọdọbịa. Maazị Alọzie na m atụpụrụ gị ọnụ. Achọ m ka ị nụ ụda nkọlọ m ga m lụrụ kọfị. Our people make we dey look with the seriousness. The thing where we dey go through for Nigeria. If they vex be say you get the people waiting say they get sense, and they no get sense. They no get sense. Say if they talk to people the way they come out for their mouth, it go make you run. It go make you run. The thing where we dey talk we say, now who begin this trouble? Not been Igbo. Not been Igbo. Somebody they come publish the thing where Igbo people they do to make Nigeria good. Before I come out for radio yesterday, I vexed for our people. The vex where I vex we say the caller we call can't tell me say Alaba riot today. Ya riot one. Ya riot one. I go continue where I stopped yesterday. Eben koshere. Eben gebida na. You come up from your village, go enter city. And from the city, you find your way, go Lagos. Not be your papa land, not be your mama land. You they go there say na Nigeria, not be so. Na your land. Not be your land. No do land. No go begin to deceive yourself, say na your land. Oh, Lagos not be your land. The one way you get, you never defend them. You go 600, 700, 800 miles, they go defend another person and say na your land. Or she won't count. Or land grabbing. Make a put on that way. So make you know, say, when you go Alaba, they sell you land. Now you buy them. Emekwa. Oh, well, I get go back where you come from. Or you buy and say, he had them, he had them. Country no good. When you say sell them, you not go fit sell them. Go pay and here free. You know, pass your life. You know, pass your life. The thing where they talk there be say, you born picking, not be born throw away. And when you born throw away, you get reason why throw away. Say you know fit to buy chop give them. Or say you know fit to one make person know say you born picking. You dey waka for night to come get the belly. For night you born picking, you go throw away. Another person go pick up. When another person pick up, you don't know the two where that picking will be. You don't know. For sake say you bump through way. You don't know the two way through way. And when you enter better person hand, that person, if it be doctor, and you go waka enter hospital. Oh Lord, say doctor and now that you're picking way born through way, then go come give you medicine. And the two way go they say the thing way there for this was say spirit more mad You get to see the worker for somebody will link you for life. In a lay and a leggy. Ọ dịchakwa ka dọkịta ọ dịkwa ka onye ewu dọkịta sị no ịma onye wụ ị biela na mba ebi m ebe ahụ lekwa onye wụ nna m lekwa onye wụ papa m. Some people go tell you to say them bomb me through away and one person can't get me come polish me finish I come begin the shine. I owe them. When I go enter into conversation, and maybe don't have who began my gipe. On a church, you to see a church. Imi the kimim, Anya the kanyam, who began my gipe. You go hospital, doctor give you medicine, who begin a magipe. It will begin managi bogi, or what doctor brogi. Now you kill yourself. You won't burn through away can't save you. But you are a royal like boogie. You will only when a chiche gassy. I beg me con address me fit to be you. You fit to be the picking where burn through well. And I will begin to trace where your papa and your mama pick you. He said, na for roundabout. I said, na there drop my picking. Anyam mini abiada patawa. Abia chewe him. Anyway, him the cool na we they do something we no good. We say they go alaba. The land not be a land. Make you make you watala that one for your brain. You they go there go do business. Make you watala that one for your brain. When you go pack and go, go improve your place. Nigeria not be one. I go tell you again, not be one. It not going to be one. Say we they do all these things. Say they don't lie. Sote. You they believe say you be one. For all the things where these people don't do us, you know they go in he never win a Lazarus. Ogula. And then they come make politics for you, hand up politics. Not the youth, then they deceive. Not the youth, then they marginalize. Nke kachanke, nde Biafra. Our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. When you talk, say people, they treat you bad. Now, case number one. Now, case number one. You go talk the two way, then you talk finish, you say one Nigeria. Which one Nigeria? Which one Nigeria? Now you go take your mouth. They confess. The people will not say, you not be them brother, you not be them sister. You not get anything common. Each one of them will come out from Arewa. The Fulani will come out from Arewa. Make you tell me in here diche. Hanwa. Nandio tunu. Ajujunju. Odin fe. Make una tell me the difference where they from Bello to Atiku to Mustafa and the senators from Arewa, different. Not the same mind they get. You go to Senate and Assembly, not them full day. For Monday, my guest come, that clip where I play for now, where a senator from Arewa, how he called Hetibo people, the thing will come out from his mouth. What the Kebe agwator mad. What the Kebe agwa ajualam or agwa no mad. That not the mind of the people where you not say we not be one Nigeria. I want make you say when you say move forward, you not to go anywhere. Make una bear in our mind. Bruno no be that these people. Now for only Ebola say make one Nigeria make for they go kill una beunishi beuninte European anya. Will she do no nike? See, let's move forward. Where the move go? Ajujun Jurogewo. Waiting be the difference between Bello, Buhari, Atiku, Mustafa, and the senators. From back to front, they still get the same mind. For the Senate and House of Rep, to the judiciary, they still get the same mind. But to not see them that way, say, let's move forward. One Nigeria. Iberibelism. Or we in a move. Or Iberibelism ne pusugi. Iberibelism ne pusugi. You know the land. And anybody will not the land from the thing where happened to them before. That person no go. In when only aparekro. Only beribe. Only zuzu. And not be saying that the papa and mama they call umaka only beribe only zuzu. Ndi oki ne zuzu kwe zuzu. Akwari kakari. We go talk am the way be. Not be say you share wabragere and be say you common sense. You share when we kabacha everywhere. Uburu kitinwegi. Agama shi uburu okoko because okoko my. You see no okoko amagi here. Mbobrumu ga tufe. Ome ya charge ya. Ka oyira kwagagi wira kwa ya to. We dey protect ourselves and then begin to come. Not the two way they do. But your own, you know, if it protect yourself, you know, if it protect your own picking. When these people, from generation to generation, they're there for your village, they kill you now, so alone. They don't take over now. Not be said then they talk your own dialect and language. Then they bomb picking 10, 20. And those ones who don't grow, be dodge our wine. A wood to a wabu water. What on your jam wine say she, and in then I'm pre. You know, yeah, let's move forward. Now they bring on co. And it don't happen. Iyam juroge or digi atan or na atan kedi chede from Bello where many of you know I know him. Kedi chede from Bello to Buhari Unuma to Atiku to Mustafa, the House of Rep and Malamidem, not the same group, and not them, they were Obodo to the Aladagema. Atiku na they go make election 2023. Not be so. Let's move forward. They make election. Make una hear Atiku. Make una hear Atiku. Nkan kwuru nya. Nkan kwuru nya. Chere chano. Chere no. Awu anya kam nacho. Awu ya kan nacho. Kawo. We go get to that one. Everybody they talk about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Everybody they talk about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Yeah, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Now we they cry, and when we they cry,
Oh, Professor Ango, 35. And I have traversed the whole of this country. I know the whole of this country. I have built bridges across this country. I think what the average northerner needs is somebody who is from the north and who also understands the other parts of Nigeria and who has been able to build bridges across the rest of the country. This is what the northerner needs. He doesn't need a Yoruba candidate or an Igbo candidate. This is what the northerner needs. So I believe I stand before you as a pan-Nigerian of northern origin.
I mean, all the kwegu. Make una listen to this man. Articulate. Now, how somebody go come? When you go say articulate. Una articulation eh? Hate speech. This hate speech compare to anything. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu no even talk hate speech. Only the two way Mazi Nnamdi Kanu do say he talk true. The two way they happen. They hold him. Hapu kwani oka. Charge him. I charge here. Ngwano prove the two way crime commit. No way. Ngwa happy akola mba. Iwo nyibo. Make una listen to Atiku. You no need the Yoruba candidate. That is one Nigeria. You don't need the Igbo candidate. Obedient. That is one Nigeria. Waiting will happen if you go elect one of these people say be president. Then go kill him. And no tell me say the thing where no tell me say Obi go do this, Obi go do that. We no care. We they talk. You see Radio Biafra. We they tell you the thing where we know. We're not there for politics. But that thing where concern us, that thing where be said that the thing where we know, now the thing where our leader they talk say now be our area. Now where we they talk. And this area, now where we the point say this now, what we show because of what typhoid. Because of what we na over. Because of what for because of what caused by Tumboliko. Uzuranya. You be buying and selling. A guy buy and sell like Boogie. Abo Yagoko. Paracetamol not the cure. For this man to tell you, say, when they make one Nigeria election, and the instant there, that in one certain area. That certain area now by another certain inhabitants, one Nigeria election. 2019 at the same thing. I give me election a walk. Uno simna I hold in the madam where you they come make election. I mean the template where they come out from my head say if they talk about they jump from one to another. Make sure everything enter your brain. Then gasabon gari ngane regari. Akwafu gari. Ewura japonere gina gari. Oh, I never gari on the book with seven gari and gari. One go ban and put sand for them. Make them go home. No, I not go. You don't tell where I begin stay here. Over your dead body. 6 feet under. Penny after you no get naira, you don't go. Shop, you don't go. Life, you no get. Picking, you no get papa, you no get home. Ebi na bo share kware shion. Na lo nyozo. That they tell you when. Tell me how somebody will say him be politician from Nigeria via Cameroon. I be this not be the people where you say if honesty, if Ezioku bondo, then do. If Ezioku be here now. I be this not be the people where go to look for the way people like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu say who do the rule. In second, now then when Mazi Nnamdi make you no believe them. They don't want you, they don't care. They say, hate speech, hate speech, go catch them. Hate speech, hate speech. As you can afford for that, make you no go catch them. They catch them. This one with this man talk. You get any not any area we don't come and say you no go contest because your speech now wise on a powerful. Here I'm again.
Oh, Professor Ango, 35. And I have traversed the whole of this country. I know the whole of this country. I have built bridges across this country. I think what the average northerner needs is somebody who is from the north and who also understands the other parts of Nigeria.
Lie way past this one. Where it come from? You have traversed all over the country. And you build bridges. Niger bridge still there the way there. Say don't build bridge. And you build bridge finish you, and you can't tell Professor Angle. Average Northerner, no need Igbo person, and you no need Yoruba person. If that not the matter, what you they fight for? What be the one Nigeria where they canvas around country for? Why they do it? If you no understand, if you know Rotala in what this man they talk, peace no go day. Peace no day. In the tell you say, average Northerner no care for Nigeria. Whether you be Yoruba or Dudua or you be Biafra. No, you're not again.
35. And I have traversed the whole of this country. I know the whole of this country. I have built bridges across this country. I think what the average northerner needs is somebody who is from the north and who also understands the other parts of Nigeria and who has been able to build bridges across the rest of the country. This is what the northerner needs. He doesn't need a Yoruba candidate or an Igbo candidate.
You don't need the Yoruba candidate. You don't need Igbo candidate. But you want one Nigeria. Ahmadu Bello, Buhari, Atiku, Mustafa, name them. Malami, name them. Una they play with fire. Say una they make election.
This is what the northerner needs. So I believe I stand before you as a pan-Nigerian of northern origin.
Ikagwalam. The way we go come out from this problem, now make everybody go home. Everybody go home. If you no go home, you go die. Hateful speech will pass this one. I don't know where it come from. I don't know where it come from. They go middle belt, then they acquire land, and then they can't tell a middle belt. Boer investors pull out of Kogi State because they no give them the land where they want. That's not the reason. But that not be the reason. The land where you acquire, that's the thing where you need. A person. I say with the look, with the talk. Hate, it was plenty. And this now Rufai. our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu.
Have we been fair and just to the Igbo people? Have we? Like the court ruled, extraordinary rendition. Should we as a nation even forcefully bring people like that back home, violating their rights? I'm sure the federal government makes the argument, yeah, he jumped bail. But was that the best way to go about it? Could we do things better? Now this case will snowball. The Ministry of Justice has said, okay, we will fight this up to the Supreme Court. But we should ask ourselves the pertinent question. After this Nnamdi Kanu case, and whatever happens after the case, does it really solve the feeling of marginalization of the Igbo people on ground? Mostly in building a nation, we should be asking, what can we do to bring about inclusiveness? Some people have posted a strong argument of an Igbo presidency. Some people have said otherwise. But what is really incumbent is that, on all of us to do, is that for us to make this country grow, we should find a way possible that makes every part of the country feel included. Number one, part of the Commonwealth and the common existence of this country. As long as we have parts that feel they're not included, they're not respected, there's going to be problems. The Igbos are crying marginalization. Let's not forget at some point, the Yorubas too will cry. The Hausas too will cry. Except we have a government for all, then we will not move forward. This country is great. This country is blessed. But we can build it by including everybody.
Well, the thing we say, excuse me. Rufai, thank you. We are marginalized. Not true. Compare the thing where you just talk and the thing where TikTok. How you go do justice if you know from Arewa. If you did think say you go build nation, it good make you think good. But with they think good, somebody where they think devil. Because the devil, Naim, and you think good, say you be on your onye not you do, you want peace. But somebody where they think devil, now evil, they come out from mouth. And now evil, they come out from mind. So when they think devil, where be the papa of the evil? Make you know why they think devil. Because you don't want to make devil come visit you. Because the devil where they are in Nigeria. The devil where they come from money to Nigeria. Nigeria will not be country. And you come make mistakes, say they talk about nation. Which nation? Which nation? Nothing where there for Nigeria will make you be a nation. And it not go be a nation. So they get 100 years to be a nation. You know even want to see your fellow human being. You go take a dagger, kill him. You go chop, slice in throat. And with the big piece of Nigeria. If I ask you now, if this oil no the way Ali don't open him mouth talk say nothing like Nigeria. Nothing like Nigeria. To say the Nigerian are because of oil. and you see Atiku come open a mouth, tell you, say, and not and no need the Biafra. Then why the fight for one Nigeria? And not no need Yoruba. Why the fight for one Nigeria? Why you not the concept vote? Why not they say election? And how, if you be Yoruba, you go win Tinubu, which now you go take it down for the office. Tinubu, they ask you, if you win for president, make we talk and say now a Southern they run for president. Tinubu, I know they talk about your age. No, that one I know they talk about. Because even if you be boyo, I know get to Mpurishi. When Mpurumiri don't finish, you not go do anything. Age is wisdom. Now so we the talk. But indeed berberism from the aged people. We no fit tell you whether today na Monday or Tuesday. But they tell you say how they are twarangi lulu. Nde my nde na my they no sabi. Tell me guam how you they talk about nation where religion will not be the same thing. El Ram with the religious this thing one that they do. Hamara what to be I forget them. That goes to that part of the tell you say will not be the same. You go see somebody who say be Jewish worshipper. You go kidnap him because not Jewish worshipper. That not be nation. Somebody go pee, you go kill him. Say he pee close to your mosque. Not be say he pee inside mosque. You go kill him. And you say nation. Somebody go talk, you go arrest him. You say he talk through. And you expect say you go build a country, then you call him nation. Where you don't know the two nation. If you want to see nation, come to America. You know they don't go London. You know they go Britain. The one voice. One voice. Waiting one believe, not the thing what other people believe. Because then they eat from the same pot. Then they drink the same water. The prime minister, they ride bicycle, if they ride keke. If they take leg waka, go provision store, go buy Bonvita and Ovaltine. And for your own, even the house rep, not the take leg waka. Go. You go take 10 escort. Bia biarage siren. Me pon ha balegi kelu. Pum. Come out for road. You miscreant. Once they let you enter office, every other person na miscreant. And you say you dey build nation. You know build country, you dey build nation. It not go happen. How you go build nation when Atiku stay there, can't tell you say not Arewa no need Yoruba. Arewa no need Igbo. The average Northerner will be Arewa. Know the thing way good for them. And for the fact say they know the thing way good for them, they no care whether you're from Igbo or whether you're from Yoruba. They try to make I prove something to them. Because this man don't begin sound like Bello. 1952. Make you compare to lay this article na Bello. tụlee okwu a. If you don't see the same thing, nsogbu dị. Nsogbu dị. Our people still they roll and roll, they dream. Our people they dream. Can no article again. From articulate.
And I have traversed the whole of Professor Ango. 35. And I have traversed the whole of this country. I know the whole of this country. I have built bridges across this country. I think what the average northerner needs is somebody who is from the north and who also understands the other parts of Nigeria and who has been able to build bridges across the rest of the country. This is what the northerner needs. It does. Oh, Professor Ango, 35. And I have traversed the whole of this country. I know the whole of this country. I have built bridges across this country. I think what the average northerner needs is somebody who is from the north and who
This talk where this man talk, it not be small talk. Average northern need. Waiting average Yoruba man need. You no count. Waiting average Igbo man need. You no count. But you dey build bridge. You dey build bridge. Atiku, you dey build bridge. I don't know the thing where they take build the bridge. I think now you tell us say you build bridge, and that bridge where they build, that average not and I don't want any Biafra, and I don't want any to do wow. So the thing where we want, you no count, but you the concept make we vote for you, and you don't concept make we vote for Arewa, and you the same in Nigeria. So if they go look at the estate of your grandfather, Otman Danfodi,
also understands the other parts of Nigeria and who has been able to build bridges across the rest of the country. This is what the northerner needs. He doesn't need a Yoruba candidate or an Igbo candidate. This is what the northerner needs. So I believe I stand before you as a pan-Nigerian of northern origin.
Any Yoruba man we don't come challenge him for the thing we talk. Mba. Mba. Rufai talking on. And we listen, we hear them. When you talk nation, where they build nation, waiting, hold on that together, where on that they build nation, you know they there. You know they. And we they deceive ourselves. Say you they make nation, you they make a country. Nothing. Owagi hejikotrai no. And then they talk them openly. Then they talk them every day. Owagi hejikotara I know. Average northerner. They no call them miscreant. Because an average northerner. But you, where they count you, where they think say you be, that now your palabra. That now your own wahala. We not the land, we not the sabi, we not the remember. Now forget, now we will forget. Every day we forget. Every day we forget. Every day, let's move forward. When Bello can't tell you, say this nation, this country called Nigeria belongs to the grandfather, Ottoman Danfodio. They will use the middle belt that's willing to. The South has conquered the territory. And they not going to allow you rule over them. And they not go allow you understand yourself, not to talk of can't rule them. Now the thing we Bello talk. And Atiku come talking on. Ndị ga-aghọta ga-aghọta. Ndị na-aga aghọta aga aghọta. Then go still the talk say you dey build the bridge. You dey make one Nigeria. We don't talk this Nigeria, talk and so it can't be like say Niberibe. Where people don't want make una live in peace. Una still the Wilishi no kuneruno. It tire me. When we talk this thing, talk them the way we talk them and we they enter our ear. Now you come bring us back to our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Now waiting in do. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu no do anything. Only the two way talk say, I go me voluno. I get me vuno. Aga me vuno. And me vochuno. Onya wala ga kwari hela. That na be treasonable felony. And the people where you go they listen to, where you go they look forward to to show say we don't Burulando K money. Na them they shit hateful speech put for your mouth. And then they talk with one voice, with Otuolu. And with the lesson, with the quote to them, with the here, let's move forward. Where the move go? I don't know. I know Sabi. I know Sabi. Our leader will not hold. Where the appeal court say release, why not still hold them? Because na Biafra. Now, waiting be the crime where our leader commit. No crime. Because you want the thing will go better for Biafrans. And then the South, you know, good for the North. Say you don't hear Atiku. You don't hear Atiku. You go tell me, say, the thing we talk, not be the thing we there for a mind. You go tell me, say, the thing we talk, not be the thing we there for our people, the mind. That. Now you're wahala. When people don't like you, you get the reason why they don't like you. For all these things where they talk, you get two things where I go. Make you understand. The people where sponsor Fulanis to kill you are always. This is not the thing where they for in mind. And the thing where they for in mind, now we take transfer, go give to Fulani people. For those people where they say, let's move forward with one Nigeria. When people go hate you, finish, kill your Pekin. Kill the one where they for Bele. And you know, wake you up. You will subu. This now Wilson. Where Anna Luaga. The dead bodies of 500,000 Biafrans will not force the British to change their policy or her policy concerning the Nigerian Civil War. The Biafran nation, the Biafran nation cannot be allowed to be, for we do not trust what they will become with their vast resources around the Russians or the French. Now, Harold Wilson taught this 1964. Then we become prime minister. And that's 64, 66. From 64, trouble begin to enter Nigeria more. And now for 79, we come out as a prime minister. 67, 68, 69. Now I talk say, where you know, remember, I'll read them plenty times, make you understand. The Biafran nation cannot be allowed to be. Now you know, now you see the difference between a country and the nation. Harold Wilson knows say Biafrans now one people. Now they sabi themselves, they be one. Everything that they do, not tandem. If they go left, right, be you from Akwa Ibom, be you from Calabar, be you from the Creek, be you from that not the Biafran. Them Delta, them. Now one nation. They're the nation. How you go take a nation, you go put up for Nigeria? How you go take a nation, you go take them to away inside Nigeria? I got a warrior. How you go take a nation? The people, Britain no fit stand for the European Union. Britain, a nation, they no fit stand for. A nation will be Germany, nation will be Spain, nation will be Italy. How you go take Britain, go through inside? They say, but they are in manner. How you go take nation Biafra, go through inside Nigeria, where they be different from every corner? Able will to reach ditch. And you can't get your people. Where in here not talk no be. You deputy them, make them Yamutu. And Henry
The same way they used to cut.
Can't take him out.
The same way they
that the same civil war, a nation Biafra, where they go through inside Nigeria. And they know if Biafra come. Katakta Henry Kissinger tell you, say, Igbos are wandering Jews of West Africa. Gifted, aggressive, westernized at best, envied and resented, but mostly despised by their neighbors in the Federation. Now, nation and federation. Nation be Biafra. Federation now where they throw away go enter by Britain. You know they see them. Federation now where they throw away una say una be one. And say after 2014, go your way. Then go make false declaration. Say now we now we the constitution. Now we go vote constitution to keep on inside the federation. We not be country. And Henry Kissinger said this now the people will not be. And this way people will not be. London they envy now. And they don't know the two will not go be if they let on be. They don't want to progress. And Atiku be their agent. And you they bring your obedient. Where before you come obedient, you go 10 Downing Street. Make una they see the thing where they happen. And one make una open on an eye. Ojana talking. Ojuga talking by force. You go fight to survive. You know hateful animal. I know hateful animal. Now the thing where they do, now where you hate. You know hate to do the one. Now the thing where they do, now you they hate. You know hate middle belt. Now the thing where they do, now, because now them own nation, they are different nations. How did chiche? Una no go see eye to eye. And I think to tell you, say, you don't go plenty places for Nigeria. If they build bridge where you know they see. And when you come build the bridge finish, you can't tell you, say, average Northerner, no need Yoruba person. And average Northerner, no need Igbo person. And you hear Henry Kissinger, and you hear Harold Wilson, or Guinea Juankiton. Or Guinea Juankiton. Ejiri akpa sachu n'anya ka eji osisi richu na ntị ndị Igbo gwụla oyibo ka ha na-asụ. You sabi pass all. Gewere kete kurumiri. You want talk. Talk the truth. People sabi you, but you no sabi yourself. The thing wey go do somebody else, you say e no go happen. Then do you. You act like say e no concern you. You say let's move forward. Anwụ ị na-agba anwụ na mbịa Jasco. Anwụ ntị ike. Now which time we go wake up? And for that thing what you could talk. Anybody where they go arrest them. Anybody where they go complain. When they do one Nigeria. Federation will not exist. Nation where they when I take the nation, go put into federation. And they tell you come vote.